Yes, madam. We can start.
Yeah, sure.
Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. My humble pranams in the lotus feet of Sri Shivratri Deshikendra Mahaswamiji. In the name of Department of Ayurveda Samdhan Siddhanta, in the name of JSS Ayurveda College, I am welcoming Dr. K. Savida Madam for giving us time to deliver lecture on Padartha Vijnana to our students. Thank you, Madam, for considering us and giving us the lecture. Yes, always we will think what is the need of Guru. Presently, Guru is like GPS. What GPS will do, it will show the way how to go without deviating. And the Guru will help you to reach the destination without deviating to wrong directions. That is Guru. For that, today we got distinguished Guru, Dr. K. Savida Madam. So please utilize this opportunity. Madam is presently, Madam is working as professor at Sri Sri College of Ayurveda, and Madam achieved so many achievements. Madam got the award like Ayur Visharada, and she was a topper in first professional BAMS, and she secured 7th rank in Karnataka State Open University in MA degree Sanskrit. So many achievements Madam made. So we are very blessed to get such a distinguished faculty with us, and Madam published so many research papers, presented so many papers in so many seminars. So we are blessed. Please utilize this opportunity. Go through the things. Note down whatever the valid points. You please take a pen and paper. Please note down that. Utilize in your examination. Get good knowledge. And by praying, welcoming Madam. Thank you.
Very good morning, children. So we'll be starting with Pramanas. Okay, I think yesterday you had an orientation on exams. So I'll be keeping the focus as exam point of view only. Okay, we'll start. I'll just log out of the video. I hope the slide is visible.
Yes, Madam. Slide is visible.
Before I start, thank you to JSS Ayurveda Medical College for having called me as a guest speaker. Special thanks to Principal Dr. Sarveshwarkar sir and to Dr. Rishikesh for having invited me. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to be sharing knowledge with students. See, Pramanas, before we get into detail, we all know that in this world, there are n number of things, many things that we want to get knowledge about. Okay, these things that are around us are prameyas. Prameyas means things about which we want to know, right? So, what do we want to know about them? We want to know the truth about them, right? True knowledge we want. That is called as prama. So, about the things, that is prameyas, we want to get a proper knowledge, that is prama. And the mode or media through which we get this. Source we need know, through something we will get the knowledge, that is called as pramana. Okay, so today in this presentation, I am going to take you through all the pramanas that are there in your syllabi. Okay. So every syllabus topic, I am going to show you what the content is, give a short summary, and I am going to tell you what are the probable questions from each syllabus point that you will expect for exam. Okay. As in when in between the presentation, in case you have any doubt, you can please stop me in between. You can unmute yourself and ask question also. That is not a problem. Okay. So we'll start. Your first syllabus point is Pariksha. Okay. Pariksha is nothing but a term used similar to Pramana in Ayurveda. So Pramana is used in Darshana for the mode or media to get knowledge. Pariksha is a word used in Ayurveda for the same. Okay, this you have in your syllabus. This page is just displaying the syllabus points. So let us start. So the word pariksha in Ayurveda, you know, literally pariksha means examination. Okay, a tool to know something is called pariksha. It is said ikshu sandarshane. Ikshu word indicates samdarshana, means samyak darshana, seeing properly. So seeing and analyzing something properly is called as pariksha. You also know there are definitions like paritah iksha, seeing something all round in all its aspects is called as pariksha, where seeing ikshana will include avekshana, avadharanam, nishchayam cha, to see something, to analyze it, and to reach a conclusion. This is the process of pariksha. You see, you inspect or see things, you analyze about it, and finally you get the knowledge, conclusive knowledge. Also, parikshante vyavasthapyante vastu swarupam anaya iti pariksha. You visualize a thing or you see a thing in question, you learn about the thing in an organized manner. This is called pariksha. It is said that everything in this world, dvividam khalu sarvam sat cha asat cha, existent and non-existent, two types of things in the world. And to get knowledge about them, 4 parikshas are required. Whether it is existent or non-existent, you can know them through 4 pramanas or parikshas. They are Aptopadesha, Pratyaksha, Anumana and Yukti. These are the 4 parikshas specially indicated by Charakacharya mentions these 4 parikshas. So related to pariksha, 4 terms you should understand. Okay, I told you pariksha is the term used in Ayurveda. In Darshanas, pramana word is used for the same, where prama means true knowledge, right? About the thing, the knowledge, correct knowledge that you get is called as prama. Yathartha anubhavaha prama. Yathartha means tadvati tat prakarako, as it is, as the thing is getting knowledge as it is, such experience is called as prama. So it's a true knowledge. The person who is getting this true knowledge, it could be me, it could be you, any living being who acquires true knowledge is called pramata. Chetana vishishta purushaha pramata. Right? So you are getting the true knowledge. True knowledge is prama. The person getting it is called pramata. About the thing that you get true knowledge, that thing or object is called prameya. Pramanena adhigato arthaha prameyaha. The thing about which you are getting true knowledge is prameya. Finally, pramana, it's an instrument, media, or a specific cause through which you will be getting this knowledge. Pramakaranam pramanam. That which helps you to get true knowledge is called as pramana. I hope this is clear. There are many things in the world called as prameya. The person who wants to get knowledge about it is pramata. He will get the true knowledge, that is prama, through the pramanas. Pramanas are the instruments that he uses, right? The prama word is derived as pra plus ma plus plut. That is how pramana word comes, and it is defined as yathartha anubhavaha prama tat sadhanam pramanam. Yathartha anubhavaha, perceiving a thing as it is called as prama. The sadhana or the source, media through which you get this knowledge is pramana. Okay. Now, this jnana, that is pramana, through pramana, what jnana you are getting? This jnana or buddhi could be divided into 2, smriti and anubhava. Anubhava is experience. Now, what you are experiencing, you are seeing, you are hearing, okay? You are touching anything. All these present tense related knowledges are called anubhava. Once it becomes past tense, it is called smriti. Smriti is the experiences of the past. Okay, past tense related knowledges are called smriti. Present tense related knowledge are called as anubhava, experiences. Both these could be yathartha or ayathartha. Yathartha means true knowledge, ayathartha is faulty knowledge. So under yathartha or true knowledge, which is perceived through pramanas, we have pratyaksha jnana, anumiti jnana, upamiti jnana and shabda jnana. Okay, these are the types of true knowledges. What are the false knowledges? Samshaya. Samshaya means where there is still doubt. You don't know whether it is. See, from far, if you see a long thing, you might say, okay, this is a pole. You might then say, no, no, it is a tree. Then again, you might say, no, it looks like a human being standing far away. So still you are not sure about the knowledge. Doubt is there. That is called samshaya. Then viparyaya. Viparyaya is opposite knowledge. You catch hold of a rope and you say it is a snake. So opposite knowledge you are getting. You see the shining silvery surface of oyster shell and you say it is silver. Perceiving things not as it is viparyaya, opposite to it. Then swapna, the things you see in dreams are not certain, right? They are not actually there. These are also ayathartha. Tarka. Tarka is where still there is scope of argumentation. The knowledge is still not confirmed. There is still argumentation left. Then it is called ayathartha jnana. Anadhyavasaya is the last type where, for example, you are watching TV and somebody calls you and talks something. You are so involved in TV that you cannot listen to what the other person said. Though you are hearing, you could not perceive what they said is because your indriya was associated with something else. Correct? Adhyavasaya is involvement. Anadhyavasaya is uninvolved. When you are not involved, you don't perceive true knowledge. That is called anadhyavasaya. So, yathartha or pramajnana is 4 types: pratyaksha, anumiti, upamiti and shabda. Ayathartha or aprama is of 5 types: samshaya, viparyaya, swapna, tarka and anadhyavasaya. Okay, anywhere there is doubt, please ask. Now that we know pramana is the media to know things as it is, that is getting true knowledge, many acharyas gave their own pramanas. Some accepted that there is only one pramana. Some others said no, there are 2, and so on. So we have something called pramana sankhya, number of pramana according to various schools of thought. Understand all of them are right in their own plan, says there is only one pramana and that is pratyaksha. Bauddha, Jaina, Vaisheshika Darshana and moderners believe there are 2 pramanas, pratyaksha and anumana. Sankhya, Yoga and Ramanuja Darshana believes that there are 3 pramanas, pratyaksha, anumana and shabda pramana. Nyaya and Maheshwara, they believe in 4 pramanas, that is pratyaksha, anumana, shabda and upamana is added on. If you see, this is similar to what Sushruta accepts also. Sushruta also accepts pratyaksha, anumana, shabda and upamana. Okay. Prabhakara Mimamsakas, Mimamsa Darshanakaras believe that the pramanas are 5 in number. That is pratyaksha, anumana, shabda, upamana and arthapatti. The Vedantikas and Kumarila Bhatta Mimamsakas believe there are 6 pramanas, the above 5 along with abhava or anupalabdhi. Okay. Pauranikas, that is those who were involved in writing of Puranas, etc., they believe the pramanas are 8 in number. They are pratyaksha, anumana, shabda, upamana, arthapatti, abhava along with sambhava and aitihya. Tantrikas, those who practiced various tantras are called as tantrikas. These people believe that the pramanas are 9. The above 8 along with cheshta pramana are accepted by Tantrika Darshana. Anyamata is some other people have accepted one more pramana in addition to above 9, that is parishesha pramana, making it 10 pramanas in total. Just for your information, Jaimini Darshana also accepts 6. They are Arthapatti, Sambhava, Abhava, Pratibha, Aitihya and Upamana. And as we spoke earlier, Charakacharya mentions a special Pramana by name Yukti. No other Acharya has placed Yukti in the place of Pramana. Okay? Charaka mentions Pratyaksha, Anumana, Aptopadesha and Yukti as the 4 Pramanas. Now, so many Pramanas are there. But if you see in Ayurveda, mainly 3 Pramanas are focused. Anumana, Pratyaksha and Aptopadesha, right? 3 Pramanas are focused. All these Pramanas which are spoken by other Acharyas, we can include it in these 3 Pramanas. That is, Arthapatti or Arthaprapti Pramana is included under Anumana Pramana itself. Abhava, Anupalabdhi, that is absence, can be included under Pratyaksha Pramana itself. Sambhava is included under Pratyaksha Pramana. Aitihya, that is historical documents, are included under Aptopadesha Pramana. Cheshta Pramana is included under Anumana Pramana. Parishesha, that is knowing the whole by the fraction. This sort of Pramana is also included under Pratyaksha. Yukti is included under Anumana and Pratibha Pramana is included under Aptopadesha Pramana. Okay, this is about the syllabus point 1, where you should understand when they ask you what are the Pramanas according to Ayurveda, you should mention Charakas and Sushruta's enumeration, where Charaka says Aptopadesha, Pratyaksha, Anumana and Yukti, whereas Sushrutacharya says Pratyaksha, Anumana, Shabda and Upamana. So Upamana is told by Sushrutacharya, Yukti is told by Charakacharya. Remaining 3 are same between the 2 acharyas. Okay. Now these are the probable questions you can expect from this syllabus point. They can ask you to define Pariksha and its significance, types of Pariksha according to Ayurveda and their applicability. Now applicability part I had not done here because now we are going to take up one by one Pramana. As and when we do the Pramana, I'll tell you what is their application. Okay. For 5 marks, you can expect questions like define Pariksha, its types and importance. You can also be asked what is Pramana, where you'll have to define Pramana. Explain Pramana accepted by Ayurveda. So Ayurvedokta means Charakas and Sushrutas Pramana. You have to enumerate and explain. Explain the inclusion of various Pramana under Trivida Pramana. What we did in the last slide. That is how other 8 Pramanas are included under these 3 Pramanas is to be told here. Explain the Pramana Sankhya according to different schools of thought. Explain the Pradhanya of Pramana. Okay. Here you will have to make the table which tells which school, that is which Darshana accepts how many Pramanas. Then each Pramana one line explanation. Finally, you mention why Pramanas are useful. That is the answer expected here. For 3 marks, you may have questions like define Pariksha or define Pramana, define Prameya, define Prama and its types, okay, Aprama and its types, Chaturvidha Pramana according to Ayurveda. I repeat here, Charakas 4 are different from Sushruta's 4. 3 are common. Charaka mentions Yukti as the 4th one. Sushruta mentions Upamana. Okay, then you might be asked Pramanas accepted by Charaka, Pramanas accepted by Sushruta, Antarbhava of Vividha Pramana under Trivida Pramana. That is various other Pramanas, how they are included under Trivida Pramana. This might be a 3 marks question. I hope this syllabus point is clear. It only mentions about Pramana, Pramana Sankhya and its applicability. Okay. With this, we go to syllabus point 2, which is Aptopadesha Pariksha or Pramana. Okay, under this you have Lakshana of Aptopadesha, Lakshana of Apta, Lakshana of Shabda and its types, Shabdartha Bodhaka Vritti and Vakyartha Jnana Hetu. These are the major things that you have to learn under this syllabus point. So, Aptopadesha Pramana, so literally speaking, all the documentations or teaching of the teachers and elders will come under Aptopadesha Pramana. It is said, Tatra Aptopadesha Aptavachanam. The teachings of the Aptas is called as Aptopadesha. Apta Shrutihi, Aptavachanam too. Documentation of the Apta or teachings of the Apta is called as Aptopadesha. Aitihyam Nama Aptopadesha Vedadi. So Aitihya is historical documents are also coming under Aptopadesha. Even Veda, the books related to Vedas are also coming under Aptopadesha. Now we know something that is spoken by Apta is Aptopadesha, right? So who are Aptas? This is an important thing for examination. Definition of Apta. It is said, Rajastamobhyam nirmuktaha tapo jnana balena ye yesham trikalam amalam jnanam avyahatam sada aptaha shishtaha vibuddhaha te tesham vakyam asamshayam satyam vakshyanti te kasmat asatyam ni rajastamaha. So those people who are devoid of the doshas of rajas and tamas. You know manas is three doshas, trigunas, sattva, raja and tama, among which raja and tama are called as doshas of manas. These doshas are not there or these in a person, and the person has attained this state because of meditation and tapas. That person is capable of trikala jnana, jnana pertaining to past, present and future. The jnana is amala, without any faults. Avyahata, it has no obstruction. Continuous flow of knowledge is there. Apta is also called as Shishtha and Buddha. Tesham Vakyam Asamshayam, whatever these people speak, it is undoubtedly true. Satyam Vakshantite, they always speak truth. Kasmat Asatyam Ni Rajastamaha, because they do not have the defects of Rajas and Tamas, it is sure that they will never speak untruth. This is the definition and character of a Apta. Also, it is said, Apta hi avitarka smriti vibhaga vidaha nishpriti upatapa darshinascha. Aptas are the people who have undisputed memory, that is very good memory will be there with these people. Vibhaga vidaha, knower of all the classifications. Nishpriti upatapa darshinascha. They neither are attached to anybody or they do not have hatred for anybody. That is, they are impartial people. Tesham evam gunayogatyat vachanam tat pramanam. Because they have such character, whatever they speak is a pramana. What pramana is it? Aptopadesha pramana. Okay. Apart from this, apramana, what is opposite to Aptopadesha? Those of the teachings spoken by matta, those who are intoxicated, those who are insane, unmatta, those who are murkha, foolish, those who are rakta, dushta, that is those who are into cruelty, those who are bad people, their dushta vachanas are apramana, opposite to Aptopadesha. Okay. This is about what is Apta and what is Aptopadesha. Now, one of the synonyms for Aptopadesha is Shabda. Shabda literally means words. Okay. So, you know, any teaching or any book will be written in the format of a combination of words. Words is a group of letters put together. Shabdam, Nama, Varna Samamnayaha. Letters put together form a word. And when words are put together, they form sentence. And these sentences give us knowledge, right? That's why Shabda is synonymous to Aptopadesha. Now, this Shabda is classified by several acharyas. This is an important question for examination. They'll ask you to define Shabda and give types according to various acharyas. So, according to Vyakarana, they say Shabda is two types, Dhvanyatmaka and Varnatmaka. Dhvanyatmaka are those words which are only sounds. They may not convey any meaning. For example, the sounds coming from musical instruments, the sound from the horn of a vehicle, all these are Dhvanyatmaka Shabda. They are sounds, but having no meaning. Then there are the second type, Varnatmaka. Varnatmaka means these words can be written, read and understood. They have a script. Okay, such are called Varnatmaka. Then again, Nyaya Darshana classifies Shabda into two, Drishtartha, Adrishtartha. Those which can be perceived or visualized, or that which can be realized, and those which cannot be realized or seen directly, Adrishtartha Shabdas. Okay. So Shabdas will speak about something that you can actually see practically, that is Drishtartha Shabda. There are few more truths spoken by Shabda, sentences, but you cannot visualize it, such as Adrishtartha. Coming to Charakacharya, this is important. He says Shabda are of four types. Any sentence will give you four types of knowledges. Drishtartha, Adrishtartha, Satya, Anrita. Drishtartha is that which you can visualize, see, or practically perceive. Adrishtartha is also existent, but you cannot see it, like moksha, punarjanma, etc. Then comes Satya. Satya are truths, which are true for all three times. Anrita are, apart from Satya, everything is called as Anrita, that is lies. Asatya. Okay, these are the four types of Satya, four types of Shabda according to Charakacharya. Then in the context of Aptopadesha, you have a word called Shakti given. Shakti generally means power, right? Power or energy. Here, in context of words, Shabda, what is Shakti? The Shabda has the power to convey a meaning. This power of the word to convey a meaning is called as Shakti. Shaktischa padena saha padarthasya sambandha. Shakti is the relation between pada, word, and its meaning. So when you can convey a proper meaning through a word, that is because the word has some power, Shakti, capacity. Asmat padat ayam artham bodhavyam. By this word, this meaning is understood. See, if I say bottle, you get, all of you will perceive same meaning, right? So that is because that word bottle is capable of conveying that meaning. This capacity of the word to convey meaning is called Shakti. This Shakti is of three types: Avayava Shakti or Yoga Shakti, Samudaya Shakti or Rudha Shakti, Avayava Samudaya Shakti or Yoga Rudha Shakti. I'll give examples, it will be made easy. Avayava Shakti is where you can split the word or cut the word by its grammatical source and understand the meaning. For example, I say Pachakaha. Pachati iti pachakaha. The one who cooks is pachaka. So cook. Pachaka is a cook. Right? Adhyapaka. The one who does adhyapana is adhyapaka. When I can derive the meaning of a word grammatically, it is by avayava shakti or yoga shakti. Right? You can know what combination of the word has made. Like prama, I said, pra, ma plus lyut pratyaya. Like this, if I can derive meaning, then it is called avayava shakti. By grammar, you can derive meaning of these words. Then the shakti is because of avayava shakti. Samudaya shakti is where you cannot grammatically derive a meaning, but you know the meaning because it has been carried on through generations or traditions. For example, ghata, pata. These words are not derived grammatically. Cloth was called as pata, pot was called as ghata, and hence you have learned it as it is. So something you have learned through generations comes under Samudaya Shakti or Rudha Shakti. The last type is Avayava Samudaya Shakti. This is where you need to apply both the types of Shakti. For example, if I say, but if I derive through Avayava Shakti, that is by grammar, Pankat Jayate iti Pankajaha. That which is born out of mud is called as Pankaja. So lotus is also Pankaja. Housefly is also Pankaja. Mosquitoes born in mud is also Pankaja. Right? So by Avayava Shakti, anything born out of mud will be the meaning. By Samudaya Shakti, by usage in tradition, you know only lotus is called Pankaja, not a mosquito. So you apply Avayava as well as Samudaya Shakti to arrive at the meaning that Pankaja means lotus. So such thing is called Avayava Samudaya Shakti or Yoga Rudha Shakti. Okay, these are the three types of Shakti. Next, this is a 3 marks question. What I'm stating next, Shakti, Graha, Hetu. Those are the tools that you use to derive the meaning of the words. Those are Shakti Graham, Vyakarana, you can know the meaning through grammar, Upamana by similarity, Kosha, dictionaries, Apta Vyakya, by the explanation given by Apta, Vyavaharat, by daily usage, Vakyasya Sheshat. If you read a sentence, you understand the whole sentence, only one word is not understood, then contextually based on the remainder of the sentence, you will understand the meaning of that word, right? Which is not known. That is called Vakyasya Sheshat. Vivritir Vadanti. When one word is explained detailed by a sentence, Vivritti, Vivarana is given, then also you can understand Sanidhyat Siddhapadasya Vriddhaha. And if the word that you do not know is with another word that you know, by seeing the other word, probably you will get to know about the first word. So Sanidhya, by nearness to a known word also you can get to know. These are the ways how Shakti Graha can be done. So meaning of the word can be understood. Okay, this is about Aptopadesha Pramana. Under Aptopadesha Pramana, you are told about Shabdartha Bodhaka Vritti and Vakyartha Jnana Hetus. Two things are told. Shabdartha Bodhaka Vritti means function or profession, right? So what is the function of a word? It is to convey meaning. So how all you can get meaning is told here. When you hear a sentence, how all you can get meaning. That is called Shabdartha Bodhaka Vritti. How do you get the meaning from a sentence? There are four types: Abhida, Lakshana, Vyanjana, and Tatparya. Abhidha Vritti means taking the meaning as it is. Literal meaning or primary meaning is called Abhidha Vritti. Gam Anaya, get the cow as it is. No other thing. If I say, all of you sit silently and read, I am giving a direct meaning. There is no additional hidden meaning there. This is Abhidha Vritti. Second is Lakshana Vritti, where secondary meaning is to be understood. For example, I say Gangayam Ghoshaha. There is a hut on river Ganga. So you cannot build a hut on river, right? So you should understand, you should not think of the primary meaning, you should think of another meaning, that is, on the bank of river Ganga there is a hut. So considering secondary meaning is called Lakshana Vritti. Okay, now understand one thing again. Lakshana Vritti is divided into 3 by some and 5 types by some other. You have the gross 3 types as Jahat Swartha, Ajahat Swartha, and Jahata Ajahat Swartha Lakshana. 3 vrittis are there. Jahat Swartha means giving up the primary meaning, only taking the secondary meaning. Like I told, Gangayam Ghoshaha, hut on river Ganga. This you don't take primary meaning, you take only the secondary meaning. Hut on bank of river Ganga, you should understand. Ajahat Swartha means without giving up the primary meaning. For example, mother has kept a eatable on the window. She goes for bath and tells you, see to it that this eatable is not taken away by a crow, right? So you will not let any crow come and take the eatable away. But will you let a dog come and take it? No, right? So you will take the primary meaning of what your mother said. That is, you won't let any crow take it. You will take secondary meaning also. That any other thing which can come and take the eatable from there, you will avoid it from coming. Let it be dog, let it be mice, anything. Okay, so considering primary as well as secondary meaning is called Ajahat Swartha. Jahata Jahat is partially considering primary and partially considering secondary. For example, you think there is a guest lecture you people have. Okay, first time you hear to the guest lecture. Next time again the same guest lecturer comes to your college and your teacher says, this person is the same person who came earlier. Now, earlier person was not different from this and you have in your mind and you recognize the person standing in front of you now. So you consider a bit of past tense, this bit of who you are seeing now. So you are considering primary as well as secondary meaning here partially. So whenever you have such sentences, this is the same person person as that whom you met the other day. Such sentences are called as jahat, ajahat, swartha lakshana. Okay. Then comes Vyanjana Vritti. Vyanjanas are also secondary or tertiary meanings, which are usually taken as sarcasm or taunts. Okay. Also, Vyanjana are things used by poets, where you will understand, like a poet says, blue sky with white stars or something like that, he says, for an ocean, to describe an ocean. I saw the ocean and it appeared like a blue sky which is star studded. So you know he is actually talking about the ocean which has shells and conches, right? So this is like the poetic form of using various types of poetics to explain something. That is Vyanjana Vritti, where direct meaning you don't take, but you take implied meaning. You can use similes, metaphors also here. That is Vyanjana Vritti. Last is Tatparya Vritti. Tatparya Vritti means the intention of the speaker or intention of the listener. Now you have a word called Saindhava. Saindhava is a type of salt. Saindhava is also a type of horse from Sindhu Pradesha. If a person when he is eating says, get me some Saindhava, you should not get the horse. You will get the salt, right? So this is the intention of the speaker. Based on the context and intention, when you understand the meaning, it is called Tatparya Vritti. So understanding meanings could be done in these 4 ways. Direct meaning or primary meaning. Secondary meaning is Lakshana. Tertiary meaning or sarcasms or poetics comes under Vyanjana. And the last is intention of the speaker contextually. That is Tatparya Vritti. Okay. So this is about Shabdartha Bodhaka Vritti. Then there is something called Vakya. Right. From Shabda combination, what you get is a sentence called as Vakya. Vakya Pada Samuha. You put together words to get a Vakya. This Vakya basically is 2 types, Vaidika and Laukika. Vaidika is Ishwarokta. From Vedas, what Vakyas you see are called Vaidika. And those which we all speak is Laukika, materialistic. Among us also, if Aptas speak it, it is Pramana. If others speak, it is Apramana. This is the understanding about Vakya. Because next we are going to take up what is called as Vakyartha Jnana Hetu. Now, earlier Shabdartha Bodhaka Vritti was how we should understand the meaning. Vakyartha Jnana Hetu is how we should frame a meaningful sentence. How we should frame a meaningful sentence. This has 3 types, Akanksha, Yogyata and Sannidhi. Akanksha means expectancy. Now, if I just say Padartha Vijnana and then I say Ashtanga Hridaya, I am conveying no meaning. I am just speaking words. But if I say Padartha Vijnana and Ashtanga Hridaya, both come under Samhita Siddhanta department. Now I added this and word, Padartha Vijnana and Ashtanga. And then I said it comes under Samhita department. So when I added the remaining words, you could understand the meaning. So whenever you listen to discrete words, you don't understand the meaning. You need some more words to be added. You expect some more words to be added to get proper meaning, right? These additional words that are required in a sentence are called as Akanksha, expectancy. Next is Yogyata. Just imagine I say, I touched the, see there was a crop, there was a rose plant. I irrigated the rose plant with fire. Is my meaning conveyable? Is it fruitful? Do you understand the meaning here? You will say if you put fire to a plant, will it grow? It will burn, isn't it? So my sentence does not convey a proper meaning. It is not capable of conveying proper meaning. So whenever your sentence is incapable of conveying legible meaning, it does not have yogyata, it does not have capacity. So capability of a sentence to convey proper meaning is called yogyata. So you should frame a sentence which is capable of conveying proper meaning. Like I should say, I irrigated my rose plant with water. Yes. If I have to burn something, I had a heap of waste papers which I burned with fire. I cannot burn it with water. So telling a proper sentence is called yogyata. Sannidhi means juxtapositioning or proximity, uttering words one after the other. See, in a sentence, I have to tell the words one after the other. I cannot say half the sentence now and give a 10 minutes gap and then complete the sentence, right? It won't make sense. So, uttering words one after the other in the sentence is called sannidhi. Being together, words being together, or asakti. So these three things come under how you should frame a sentence properly so that you convey proper meaning. This is called vakyartha jnana hetu. Coming to importance and application of Aptopadesha, I told you Aptopadesha are documentations or teachings of Aptas. So you know that we as doctors of Ayurveda need to do diagnosis of disease. We see the patient and see what disease they have, right? So it is said to analyze and examine a disease, three pramanas are required. They are Aptopadesha, Pratyaksha and Anumana. So Aptopadesha happens to be one of the pramanas which helps us in examining the patient. It is not only a means for getting knowledge, you know, it is knowledge in itself because the books are sources of knowledge as well as they are knowledge in themselves. Also, when there is a pratyaksha, something like moksha, punarjanma, these words you have heard, you can see through pratyaksha. These pratyaksha jnana is best got by Aptopadesha. So Aptopadesha helps us in understanding things like Indriya, Manas, Atma, Punarjanma, Moksha, Karma Phala, Ishvara. See, all these are not easily visible. And also, though you are seeing the patient and seeing the symptoms in the patient, if you are not taught by a teacher what those symptoms mean, you will never be able to analyze if it is in Ragrupa, that is Purva Rupa, it is in symptom, Lakshana state, which is Upashaya, what are the relieving factors of a disease, aggravating factors of a disease, what is the samprapti of the disease, all this will be told to you by a teacher or when you need it through books, right? So Aptopadesha helps you to get the basic knowledge for all that you practice. So Aptopadesha is considered as the base for all the brahmanas. Anything that you see also, to understand what it is, you need a teacher or you need books to tell you what it is. Even if Anumana Pramana you have to do, you should know what to infer from what. That is also told by Aptas. So for any Pramana, Aptopadesha forms the base. Okay, this is about the second syllabus point, Aptopadesha Pramana. Few more important things about Aptopadesha is, it is said that examination of a disease, signs and symptoms, everything is known by Aptopadesha, Pratyaksha and Anumana. So Vyadi Jnana, as a doctor, any disease and disease related treatments are best got by Aptopadesha. This is theory first that you learn. Based on this, you will practice. These are the probable questions for examination that you can expect from this syllabus point. For 10 marks, you may be asked, define Aptopadesha and Aptalakshanas. Explain Shabda and its types in detail. This is one question you can expect. Another question you may expect is, what is Vakya? Explain Vakyartha Jnana Hetu. Let me remind you, please do not confuse between Shabdartha Bodhaka Vritti and Vakyartha Jnana Hetu. Vakyartha Jnana Hetu are Akanksha, Yogyata, Sannidhi. Okay? Another question for 10 marks could be, define Aptopadesha and Shabda. Explain in detail Shabda Vrittis. Shabda Vritti is nothing but Shabdartha Bodhaka Vrittis. Avida, Lakshana, Vyanjana, Tatparya. These four will come as Shabdartha Bodhaka Vrittis. Okay? Explain Aptopadesha and Apta. What is Shakti? Explain Shakti Graha Hetu and its types. Here you will have to not only define Aptopadesha and Apta, but also define what is Shakti. Then tell the various types of Shakti, that is Avayava Shakti, Samudaya Shakti, Avayava Samudaya Shakti, and Shakti Graha Hetus like Aptavakya, Kosha, Upamana, what we did, tools to get knowledge about the world. Okay, this is expected for 10 marks. For 5 marks, you may have questions like, define Apta Lakshana and Aptopadesha, enumerate Shabda Vrittis and Vakyartha Jnana Hetu. Please see the word here is enumerate. You needn't go on explaining in detail. You are supposed to just enumerate each one here. Shabda Vrittis and Vakyartha Jnana Hetus. For 5 marks, they may ask, explain Shabda Vritti in detail. Okay, or they may ask, explain Vakyartha Jnana Hetu in detail. Here you will have to enumerate as well as explain. 5 marks, they may ask, define Shabda and its types. Here you will mention the types of Vyakarana, types told by Nyaya Darshana as well as types told by Charakacharya. Then you may be asked, what is Shakti? Explain its types and Shakti Graha Hetus. So this is again definition of Shakti, its types and various tools through which you can perceive the right meaning of a word. For 3 marks, you may have questions like Apta Lakshana, Aptopadesha. These you have to just define. Vakyartha Jnana Hetu when asked for 3 marks, say it comes under Aptopadesha Pramana, define Vakya and enumerate which are the Vakyartha Jnana Hetu and give one example for each. Similarly for Shabda Vritti, define Shabda, enumerate Shabda Vritti, give one example for each. Types of Shabda. Here you define Shabda and give 3 classifications. One of Vyakarana, one of Nyaya Darshana and one of Charaka. Just enumerate. Hetu are tools required to perceive the proper meaning of the word. And then types of Shakti, Avayava Shakti, Samudaya Shakti and Avayava Samudaya Shakti. This is for 3 marks. Okay, till here, children, is understood. Any doubt is there, please ask. Because by the end, you might forget what you heard initially. First to syllabus point, any doubt is there, please ask. Is it understood at least? Is there any representative who can just tell me if it is understood? Yeah, it has been understood.
You have to reply to madam.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
In case I am very fast, let me know. I will slow down. Anywhere you need more explanation, please ask. Okay, unmute yourself whenever required and please ask.
Okay, it is Tejaswini, 91, roll number 91, Tejaswini. You asked your doubt.
Ma'am, explain Lakshana and its type, ma'am, once again.
Okay, so as I said, Lakshana means secondary meaning. Okay, there are people who told Lakshana is of 3 types, where Jahat Swartha Lakshana means giving up the primary meaning. So what is told, that meaning you won't take, you will take apart from that, second meaning will be taken. Okay. Ajahat Swartha is you will not. Jahat means leaving. Ajahat means without leaving. Swartha means Swartha, primary meaning. Without leaving primary meaning, you will consider secondary meaning also. So whatever is told also you will understand, and apart from that also you will understand. For example, you are sitting in a class and one madam comes and says, sit silently, don't you know my class is going on? Does it mean you sit silent only for that teacher's class? No, it means whenever there is a class going on, you should sit silently. So, understanding about that sentence as well as understanding what is not told. Both when you do, it is ajahat swartha. Then the third type is jahata jahat. This is the classical example given here is, so I am Devadattaha. This is the same Devadatta. If I place a boy called Devadatta in front of you and I try explaining that this Devadatta is the same who had come here earlier, you will of course take my sentence as it is, plus you will try to recall that Devadatta who had come earlier also. So both you will consider and take the meaning, but the other meaning is not told. It is the same Devadatta, right? It is not 2 Devadattas. So little partially you consider the Devadatta now, partially you understand the knowledge you had got from this Devadatta earlier. So partially taking, partially leaving. It is called Jahata Jahat Swartha Lakshana. These are the 3 types told. Apart from this, 2 more are added by the recent authors. It is called Gauni Lakshana and Lakshita Lakshana. Gauni Lakshana means Guna Aropana. In English language, you have something called metaphors, if you know. If I say somebody is an Iron Man, Do I mean the man is made of iron? No, I mean the man is as strong as iron. If I say he is a lion man, I mean he is as courageous as a lion, right? So when we do not take the meaning like lion man means he is not a lion. We take the guna of the lion and place it on that man, right? This is called Gauni Lakshana. If I say Simho Manavakaha, this person has courage like lion, we should understand. So guna we understand. That is called as Gauni Lakshana. The last one is Lakshita Lakshana. Lakshita Lakshana means contextually understanding the right meaning. For example, if I say Dvirefaha Madhupanam Karoti. Dvirefaha means something that has two rakaras. In Sanskrit, you have the word ra. 2 times ra comes, it seems, in this word. He is drinking honey. Madhupanaha karoti. Now, krura. Krura means cruel. Krura has 2 ra in it. Brahmara has 2 ra in it. Now, you tell me who can do madhupana? Kruraha madhupanam karoti. Is it right? No. Brahmaraha madhupanam karoti. Honeybee is sucking honey. Looks right. So, I will consider Brahmara as the Dvirefa, having 2 rakaras. So contextually adapting right meaning. This is the 5th type of Lakshana. So like this classification of taking secondary meanings is told. Lakshana types. Is it a bit more clearer?
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ashmita, you asked to madam, roll number 14.
Ma'am, can you explain Avayava Samudaya Shakti again, ma'am?
Certainly. So any word you can get meaning by derivation of grammar, or you can get meaning how it is used in traditions through your generation. It may not be derived grammatically. So if there is a word called Pankaja, okay, soon as you hear Pankaja, because we all know Sanskrit now, Pankat Jayate iti Pankajaha. That which is born out of mud is called Pankaja. So by this, you know, we are speaking about something that is there in mud. Now, if we think like that, we have many things that are born out of mud. There is housefly, there is mosquito, there is lily, there is lotus. Now, we cannot just leave it at that, right? By Avayava Shakti, we have arrived that it could mean 4 things. Now, we will apply Samudaya Shakti also. By tradition, is a mosquito called as Pankaja? Is lily called as Pankaja? No. Only a lotus is called as Pankaja through traditions. So we will apply the grammatics also, we will apply the traditional knowledge also, and arrive at the point that Pankaja means lotus. So not just Avayava, not just Samudaya, you are considering both Avayava and Samudaya to get the meaning. This is called Avayava Samudaya Shakti. Is it clear now?
Ashmita?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, can you explain Akanksha once again?
Yes. Akanksha means expectancy. Okay, I will give them in your text what example is that I will give so that it will become easier. If I say Hasti Ashvaha, of course you get a meaning. Hasti means elephant, Ashva means horse. But what about it? Won't your mind ask if I just say Hasti Ashvaha and I say nothing more after that? Won't you be expecting what about those two? What is it we need to know, right? So there is expectation of more words. So I will say Hastihi na Ashvaha. An elephant is not a horse. At least now the sentence is complete. So there are words that are expected. These expected words are called Akanksha. Okay, once these words are there, only then the full sentence is formed. So these connective words that are required in the sentence to give proper meaning are called Akanksha. Done?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Anything else? Okay.
Having doubts?
Okay. So for now, I will move to the syllabus point 3. In case you have doubts from the first 2 points, also write and keep. Again, I'll ask in between. I'll stop and ask. Okay. Now, first point was general introduction to Pramanas. Next was Aptopadesha. Third syllabus point is Pratyaksha, the easiest and most relevant of the Pramanas. Why? Because anything that you yourself see, hear, feel, taste, or smell, what you do it yourself, it is most believable. Okay? Then what you read in books, you will always have questions. But if you only perceive it yourself, I don't think there will be doubt, right? The most prominent and evident Pramana is Pratyaksha, therefore. Easily believable Pramana. So these are the syllabus point that is given in your syllabus book. This I am not going to read out. This you have in the syllabus copy. Now let us go through each point. The word Pratyaksha, it is derived from Aksha Vyaptau. What is Aksha? Aksha means Indriyas. Anything that pervades the Indriyas, uses the Indriyas is called as Pratyaksha. So we have the derivation as Aksham Aksham Prati iti Pratyaksham. Perception of the arthas of each Indriya comes under Pratyaksha. Prati here indicates consecutive. The Chakshurendriya can perceive Rupa only. Chakshurendriya cannot perceive Rasa, right? Prati means consecutive. Rupa Darshana by Chakshurendriya, Gandha Jnana by Jnanendriya, Sparshana by Sparshanendriya, right? Like this, consecutive perception of the Indriya of its Artha is called as Pratyaksha. By definition, I want all of you to by heart this definition without fail for examination. Atma Indriya Mano Arthanam Sannikarshat Pravartate Vyakta Tadatve Ya Buddhi Pratyaksham Sa Niruchyate. Okay, here you should understand 4 factors are essential for Pratyaksha. Atma, that is, you should be a living thing, right, to perceive knowledge. Indriya, your sense faculty. Manas, and the object that you are perceiving. These 4 Sannikarsha should come in contact with each other. Vyakta Tadatve, please see, this is an important word. Vyakta Tadatve means that knowledge expressed at that very moment. So Pratyaksha is possible only in present tense. Tadatve, that moment. That very moment when your Atma, Indriya, Manas will contact with one Artha together. That moment what you perceive is Pratyaksha. See, I am seeing a bottle now. The moment I move my eyes from the bottle to the laptop, right? The bottle that I had seen earlier is past tense. It is no more Pratyaksha. I am not able to see the bottle now. I am seeing the laptop, right? So at that moment only what knowledge I get is Pratyaksha. So understand Pratyaksha is always belonging to present tense. Is this understood? Okay. So this is about the definition. Coming to classification of Pratyaksha. Now Pratyaksha is basically gross classification given as Nirvikalpaka and Savikalpaka. Nirvikalpaka is gross, vague, superficial knowledge is Nirvikalpaka. For example, I take some coins and give it in your hand. And I ask you how much money is there. You will say there is some amount. You don't know, right? You have not counted yet. So there is no vikalpa. You do not know the proper number, or you do not know how much is given still. Idam kinchit, you will say, this is a little money. So this vague sort of telling things is nirvikalpaka. So first level of perception of any knowledge, Pratyaksha, is nirvikalpaka, gross. From far you see one of the human beings walking. You know somebody is coming, you will say. As they come nearer, you will identify, okay, this is my friend so and so, right? So first stage of knowledge where you do not know completely about a thing. You just know there is a thing, there is something. That knowledge is called as Nirvikalpaka. Savikalpaka is when Nama, Jati, Rupa, Bheda, etc. you know. You can fine tune the characters, you can see, okay, this has a nose, this has an eye, this is this person. And you can identify properly. It is called Savikalpaka. So this is second stage of knowledge. Prathama Pinda Jnana is Nirvikalpaka. First stage. Soon as you see a thing, first vague information that you get is Nirvikalpaka. Deeper information when you collect and you know about the characters of the thing, functionality, etc. It is called Savikalpaka. Now, Savikalpaka is further divided into Laukika and Alaukika. Laukika means materialistic, or where there is direct connection of the Indriya and its Artha. Alaukika is something to do with supernatural or divine. Okay. Now, Laukika Pratyaksha, when I say, it has our Indriya contacting its Artha. This Laukika is divided into Bahya Indriya Pratyaksha and Abhyantara Indriya Pratyaksha. Let me tell you one thing. 5 Jnanendriyas and Manas are capable of getting knowledge. 5 Karmendriyas won't come under this because they are not for Jnana, they are for Karma. They do activities, they don't perceive knowledge. So knowledge related, we have 5 Jnanendriya and 1 Manas. 5 Jnanendriya related knowledge is called Bahya Indriya Pratyaksha. Abhyantara Indriya Pratyaksha is Manas Pratyaksha. Manasa Pratyaksha is Abhyantara Indriya Pratyaksha. So what comes under Bahya Indriya Pratyaksha? Shabdendriya perceiving Shabda, Sparshanendriya perceiving Sparsha, Chakshurendriya perceiving Rupa, Rasanendriya perceiving Rasa, and Granendriya perceiving Gandha. These will come under Bahya Indriya Pratyaksha. Abhyantara Indriya Pratyaksha is where there is Manasa Pratyaksha, direct mind is involved in perception. See, here everywhere mind is involved. Even when you do Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha Jnana, also mind is involved because mind rules over the Indriyas, right? But there are few where Indriya may not be involved, only mind is involved. Let me give an example to make it easy. There are 2 people coming near you. One person you like, another person you don't like. Okay, they both come and squeeze your cheek. Okay, they'll pinch your cheek, both of them. The person you like, you will think they are being affectionate or loving. If the same act is done by the person you don't like, okay, you will say, why did you pinch me? And you might pinch them back. Both the places, action is same. Sparshanendriya felt the pinch. So Indriya wise, it is a pinch. But Manas, what it perceives as Sukha or Dukkha will vary. If it is done by somebody you love or you are affectionate to, you feel they are pampering you. But the same pinch given by a person you don't like, your mind will be unhappy about it. There will be Dukkha. And you might react by pinching them back. Right? So this Sukha, Dukkha, Ichha, Dveshadi is Abhyantara Indriya Pratyaksha, that is Manasa Pratyaksha. This comes under Laukika. Alaukika is, see, either it is divine, supernatural, or it is where direct link of Indriya with its own Artha is not there. Let me explain. When I give example, it will be clear. Samanya Lakshana Pratyasakti, Jnana Lakshana Pratyasakti, and Yogaja Pratyasakti. These are the 3 types. So, Samanya Lakshana Pratyasakti means getting Pratyaksha Jnana by common knowledge. Now, let me tell you, in front of you, there is a cow and you are seeing it for the first time. Your mother tells you, see, this is a cow. It has beautiful eyes. It is a tamed animal. It does not hit unless you don't trouble it. Okay. It has 4 legs, 1 tail. It gives milk to us. It has horns like this. And she shows you cow. And she says, this is how all other cows will look. Now, is there a possibility that you can see all the cows in the world? No. But is there a possibility of recognizing all the cows when you see them next? Yes. So how do you know that you know all the cows in the world? By commonness of all those cows with the cow in front of you, right? Because they are common, you will know. Similarly, when we teach you in the class now, we will tell you whenever there is, say, Amla Pitta. Okay, Amla Pitta is there. There will be burning sensation in the chest. There will be nauseating sensation. Like this, I will tell you a feature and I will show you one patient. After that, when you see a similar patient directly, you can recognize them, right? So once you know about something, you are sure to identify that thing even without seeing it now. Them as if you have seen them. This is called Samanya Lakshana Pratyasakti. As if actually seen due to common character. Okay, this is first type. Jnana Lakshana Pratyasakti is because of a previous knowledge. It happened so that one day by mistake you touched fire and you burnt your hand. Next time you see the fire, you don't touch it. So to understand it is hot or cold, you should have touched with skin, right? You see, through Chakshurendriya you see and you perceive that it is hot. Next time you see only and you say it is hot. So Indriya involved is Chakshurendriya, but the knowledge you are getting is of Sparshanendriya. Why is this happening? Because Jnana is there. You had earlier perceived it. So this is called Jnana Lakshana Pratyasatti. Here there is no, it's not a commonness that I know everything, yeah? Because of the knowledge that you had previously. So this is called Jnana Lakshana Pratyasatti. The last type is called Yogaja Pratyasatti. This is not something that common people can perceive. This is for those who are yogis. Okay? These people can perceive beyond walls, beyond time. You might know of people who will sit here and tell you what's happening to your mother or father sitting elsewhere. They might tell what will happen in future, what has happened in past. These people have Yogaja Pratyasatti. Without actually contacting the thing, they can see and tell you things. Now, these yogis are two types, Yukta and Yunjana. Yukta means these people are always having this power. Anytime you go and ask what is going to happen, they'll tell you. Yunjana are those people who do not have this knowledge always. Okay? But if you ask them a question, they'll go into a meditative state and then they'll tell you. So Yukta are the people who always have this power. Yunjana are the people who do not always have this power, but they can go into a meditative state and tell you things. So this is about the classification of Pratyaksha Pramana. Okay, this is how it is classified. See, this Alaukika Pratyaksha may be a bit difficult. Anybody has question, please ask now. I'll repeat. Please unmute yourself in case there is question.
Anyone of you having the doubt?
Okay, I'll move ahead. In case later also you have, you can ask. Okay. Now we said that Atma, Indriya, Mano, Arthana. Atma, Indriya, Mano, Arthanam, Sannikarsha, right? Sanyoga or combination of these four leads to Pratyaksha. There we came across a word called Sannikarsha. So what is Sannikarsha? Sannikarsha is a contact. Atma contacts Manas, Manas contacts Indriya, Indriya contacts Artha. The last level of Sannikarsha, that is Vishaya Indriya Sambandha Vyaparaha Sannikarsha. This contact is actually happening and this can break again and again. Atma, Manas and Indriya are within our body, they are in connection always. This contact of Indriya and its Artha, like now I am seeing bottle, now I am seeing bag, now I am seeing window. So each time my Chakshurendriya is having connection with one thing. This contact, this Vyapara is called as Sannikarsha. So Vishaya and Indriya Sambandha is called as Sannikarsha. Now, these six are applied wherever Indriya and Artha are involved, that is in Laukika Pratyaksha. These Sannikarshas are six types. They are Sanyoga Sannikarsha, Samyukta Samavaya Sannikarsha, Samyukta Samaveta Samavaya Sannikarsha, Samavaya Sannikarsha, Samaveta Samavaya Sannikarsha, Visheshana Visheshya Bhava Sannikarsha. I'll make it easier for you to learn. Okay. First five are for Bhava Padarthas, that what is present in front of you. The last one is for Abhava, to recognize absence. First understand that. First five Sannikarshas are to recognize presence of something. The last one is for recognizing absence. Among first five again, first three applies to all the Indriyas except Shrotrendriya. Next two applies only to Shrotrendriya. This is understood? Then, if you see, first three are there, no? In that second and third, you remove the Samyukta word. Same thing is repeated as fourth and fifth. Second one is Samyukta Samavaya Sannikarsha. That Samyukta you remove. Samavaya Sannikarsha is the fourth type. Samyukta Samaveta Samavaya Sannikarsha is the third type. Remove Sanyukta. Samaveta Samavaya Sannikarsha is the fifth type. So if you learn first three, second and third you repeat again without the samyukta word, that is 4 and 5. The last one is for abhava, for recognizing absence, that is called visheshana visheshya bhava sannikarsha. So these are the various stages of contact that will help you to perceive things. I hope you can learn these names. Now I'll tell you what it means. It is easy. Okay. First three I told you, apart from Shrotrendriya, for all Indriya this is applied. Whenever, for example, let us take the easiest Indriya, Chakshurendriya. You are seeing a book. What is the first stage? You seeing a book. So Chakshurendriya contacts with Artha. Only one stage of contact. This is called Samyoga Sannikarsha. Single stage. The Chakshurendriya contacting its Artha. I seeing the book is Samyoga Sannikarsha. Now, second stage is I am seeing this book and the book is yellow in color. I am seeing this book is yellow in color. So, first level of contact has happened. I had seen the book. So, Samyoga becomes past tense. Samyukta, I saw a book and the book has inevitable relation, Samavaya Sambandha with yellow color. So, I saw a book and the book is yellow. Samyukta Samavaya Sannikarsha. Third stage is, I saw a book. I saw that the book is yellow. Then again, this yellow has grades. Lemon yellow, mango yellow, chrome yellow. So, and this book is lemon yellow in color. I am going one stage further. I saw a book. The book was yellow. The yellow is the yellow like the lemon. Third stage. So, this is Samyukta. Samavaya also becomes past tense. The book being yellow. So, Samaveta word will be used. And this yellow is associated with grades inevitably. That is again Samavaya. Samyukta Samaveta Samavaya Sannikarsha is three stage. So first stage is Samyoga Sannikarsha where I contact the book. Samyukta Samavaya Sannikarsha is I contacted the book is yellow. Third stage is I saw the book is yellow and the yellow in grades is like the lemon yellow. Okay, this is three stage. This is about the 4 Indriyas, you can apply this. But when it comes to Shrotrendriya, that is Akasha, I hope you understand Akasha is space. Akasha space cannot contact anything or touch anything. It cannot come in contact. Because there is space, you can move things. They do not obstruct. That is the speciality of Akasha. So Sanyoga or Sanyuktata is not possible in Akasha. So directly you hear the sound because Akasha and sound have Samavaya Sambandha. That is the fourth Sannikarsha, that is Samavaya Sannikarsha. Once you hear the sound, then you fine tune it further. I heard a sound. This sound is loud. This sound is feeble. This sound is melodious. This sound is harsh. Like this variations are that variations are present in inevitable relation with the sound. That is called Samaveta Samavaya Sannikarsha. Okay. These are the 5 Sannikarshas. Finally, you have for Abhava. These 5 also you are perceiving the thing which is present, right? You are seeing a book, you are hearing a sound. Now, the last type of Sannikarsha is special. Visheshana Visheshya Bhava Sannikarsha. Visheshana means speciality. Visheshya means the thing possessing the speciality. Now, in all the cases that we are going to see in this Sannikarsha, Visheshana, speciality is absence. Please, if you have a notes or something or you have your text, write down in this Sannikarsha, Visheshana is always absence. What is the speciality of the thing that you are going to visualize in this? Is absence. Where it is absent, that place is called Visheshya. Okay. Think. You have your friend who wears spectacles, specs. Daily she wears specs. One fine day she comes to class and she is not wearing the specs. What is the speciality in her today? Absence of specs. Where is the absence? In your friend's face. That is Visheshya. Bhava, you are going to see that the specs is absent, right? So absence is also seen. So this is called as Visheshana, Visheshya, Bhava Sannikarsha. Perceiving the absence of a thing where it was always present is called as Visheshana, Visheshya, Bhava Sannikarsha. You come to class daily, you see podium on your dais. One fine day, podium is missing. So Visheshana is missing podium. Where? On the dais. This is Visheshana, Visheshya, Bhava Sannikarsha. I'll just pause. Any doubt, please ask in these 6 Sannikarshas. Any doubt is there, please ask.
Anyone of you having doubt? If you, Vinay is there. Aishwarya.
The reason I am asking you to ask doubt is this Sannikarsha and types is a 5 marks question in examination. Okay? So it is better you understand this properly. And whenever you write it, you write that first 5 are for Bhava Sannikarsha, knowing the presence. The last one is for Abhava Sannikarsha, okay, knowing the absence. And in the first 5, first 3 apply to all the Indriyas except Shrotrendriya. 4th and 5th apply only to Shrotrendriya. And these are, rather than types, these are stages. First stage, second stage, third stage for the 4 Indriyas. Then for Shrotrendriya, first and second stage. And for absence, single stage, where you see it is absent.
Ma'am, 4th and 5th, can you explain once again?
Sure. If you remember, Prithvi is known by Kharaguna, Jala is known by Dravaguna, Tejas is known by Ushma, Vayu is known by Chalaguna, Akasha is known by Apratighata, non-obstructedness. Akasha is something which is space, it cannot obstruct. So whenever I say contacting, there should be 2 things that are Murta Rupa to contact, right? To touch each other, but Akasha cannot touch. So Sanyoga is not a possibility in Akasha. So if you see first 3 types, Sanyoga Sannikarsha, Akasha cannot do. So we remove Sanyoga Sannikarsha from here. Next stage, Samyukta Samavaya Sannikarsha. Samyuktata Akasha cannot do, contacting. So only thing it can do here is Samavaya Sannikarsha. That is your 4th type, Samavaya Sannikarsha. In the 3rd, you have Samyukta Samaveta Samavaya Sannikarsha, where Samyuktata, again contacting is not possible. Only thing possible by Akasha is Samaveta Samavaya Sannikarsha. So 2nd and 3rd are converted to the 4th and 5th without Sanyukta Pada. Okay. Now why it is like this? Akasha will not contact Shabda. Shabda and Akasha coexist. You know Akasha has Shabda in Samavaya Sambandha already. So why do you perceive sound? Because sound is in Samavaya Sambandha with Akasha. So first level of perceiving sound is Samavaya Sannikarsha. Next level is where you perceive whether it is harsh sound, sweet sound, melodious, harsh, loud, feeble. All this is 2nd stage, which is called as Samaveta Samavaya Sannikarsha. Okay? So these 2 are for Akasha, that is Shrotrendriya. Perception by Shrotrendriya occurs in these 2 stages. First stage perception of sound is because of Samavaya Sannikarsha. Akasha being in Samavaya Sambandha with Shabda, therefore sound is perceived. 2nd stage is because of Samaveta Samavaya Sannikarsha. You perceive sound. Sound is eternally related to whether it is loud, whether it is feeble, whether it is sweet, whether it is harsh. All these relations, fine-tuning is called Samaveta Samavaya Sannikarsha. So 2 levels of perception for sound only. This is for Shrotrendriya only. It is understood now?
Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah? Okay. So we'll move.
You must respond to madam. Okay, you have to coordinate.
Okay, this is so that you people are, I should make out that you people are understanding. As we are not face to face, it is easier to get a yes from you to move ahead. Okay, next. After Sannikarsha, the syllabus point is on Indriya Shabda for Pratyaksha. See, you know Prati Aksha. Aksha means Indriya. So Indriya is an important factor in Pratyaksha Pramana. So Indriya is derived from Indra Shabda. It is said Indra Atma Tasya Sadhanam Indriya. It is said our Atma is the Indra or the Prabhu of our body, and his media to get knowledge is called as Indriya. So Indriya are nothing but instruments that our soul uses to get knowledge. Indriyas are classified into majorly Ekadasha, 11, which are further classified as 5 Jnanendriya, 5 Karmendriya, and 1 Ubhendriya Manas. This is the classification of Indriya. When we say the origin of Indriya, if you remember Sankhya Srishti Utpatti Krama, Indriyas are born out of Satvika and Rajasika Ahankaras. So according to Sankhya Darshana, they are Ahankarika, born out of Ahankara. But if you see in Ayurveda, it is said they are Bhautika. From Mahabhutas, Indriyas are produced. It is said, Bhautikani cha Indriyani Ayurvede Varnyante. The Indriyas are Bhautika. Because Sarvam Dravyam Panchabhautikam. Everything is Panchabhautika in this world, even the Indriyas are Panchabhautika. It seems like both of them are contradictory. One is saying it is born out of Ahankara, another is saying it is born out of Mahabhuta. But actually, both are not wrong. If you see the initial production of Indriya, it is from Ahankaras. But their maintenance and action in the body is maintained by the food we take, which is Panchabhautika. So when we take only production, it is Ahankarika. If we take production and sustenance of the Indriya, it is Panchabhautika. So both the theories are correct. About Indriya, what you need to know is called Indriya Panchapancha. Here you have Indriya. What is the Indriya Dravya? What is the Indriya Adhisthana? What is the Indriya Artha? And what is the Indriya Buddhi? These 5 things and about 5 Indriyas. So 5 Indriyas having 5 entities. 5 and 5 is called Panchapanchaka. So which are the 5 Indriyas? Granendriya, Rasanendriya, Chakshurendriya, Sparshanendriya, Shrotrendriya. Now about them you will see what are the 5 Dravyas, 5 Adhishthanas, 5 Arthas and 5 Buddhis. So Granendriya, the Dravya is Prithvi, Adhisthana is Nasa, Artha is Gandha and Buddhi is Granaja Buddhi. Rasanendriya, Dravya is Jala, Adhisthana is Rasana or Jihva, Artha is Rasa, Buddhi is Rasana Buddhi. Chakshurendriya, the Indriya related is Agni, the Dravya related is Agni. The Adhisthana is Chakshu or Akshi. Artha is Rupa and the Buddhi is Chakshusha Buddhi. Next Indriya is Sparshanendriya. The Dravya related is Vayu. Adhisthana is Tvak. Artha is Parshana Buddhi. Coming again, the last Indriya is Shrotrendriya. The Dravya associated is Akasha. The Adhisthana is Shrotra or Karna. Artha is Shabda. And the Buddhi related to Shrotrendriya is Shrotraja Buddhi. Okay, these are the Panchapanchakas. Now, this is a 3 marks question in examination called as Tulya Yonitva. Do not worry, the word will be explained. Tulya means comparative or similar. Yoni means source. Now, why is it that Chakshurendriya grasps Rupa only? Why can't Chakshu perceive Sparsha? Why can't Jihva, which has Rasanendriya, perceive Rupa? Why is it the specific Indriya perceives only its Artha? The reason is simple. See, Chakshurendriya perceives Rupa, right? Rupa is Tejo Mahabhuta Pradhana. Chakshurendriya is also Teja Mahabhuta Pradhana. So they have a common base. This common base is called Tulya Yoni. The Vayu, which is there, is common for Sparsha and the Sparshanendriya. Both the gunas, it is common. Okay? So, one Mahabhuta that forms the common base for the Indriya as well as the Artha. Because it has a common base, it is called as Tulya Yoni. And this is the reason why that Indriya can perceive only its Artha. Because both of them have the same Mahabhuta in them. The shloka says, Indriyena Indriyartham hi swam swam grahnati manavaha. By the Indriyas, the object, which is its own object is perceived in a living being. That is, specific Indriya grasps only its specific artha. Why? Niyatam. This is certain that Chakshurindriya perceives Rupa only. Sparshanendriya perceives Sparsha only. This is Niyata. This is a rule. Because of Tulya Yonitva. Both of them have a common base. What is the common base? That is Mahabhuta. Na annena anyam iti sthitihi. Therefore, one Indriya cannot perceive the artha of the other. This is the concept of Tulya Yonitva. It is a 3 marks question in examination. There is the concept of Trayodasha Karana when it comes to Pratyaksha Pramana. Trayodasha means 13, Karana means tools. You know, Indriyas are the tools used by our Atma. So they are called as Karanas in Ayurveda. So Indriyas are called as Karanas and they are 13, he says here. Now, which are the 13 tools that our Atma uses to get knowledge? There are 10 Bahya Karanas, external tools, and 3 Abhyantara Karanas, internal tools. 10 Bahya Karanas are Pancha Jnanendriya, Pancha Karmendriya. 3 Abhyantara Karanas are Manas, Buddhi and Ahankara. So these get together to get knowledge. These 3 which are inside are more prominent than the 10 which are outside because these 10 are further subordinate to these 3. Soul is the supreme. Under the soul, you have these 3 Karanas, Manas, Buddhi and Ahankara. Under these 3 comes the 10 Pancha Jnanendriya and Pancha Karmendriya. This 10 and 3 together are called as Trayodasha Karanas. Okay, 13 tools. So these help us in perception of knowledge. These 13 have their own arthas, right? 13 tools and their vrittis, what they do. Shrotrendriya does Shabda Grahana, Sparshanendriya does Sparsha Grahana, Chakshurendriya Rupa Grahana, Rasanendriya Rasa Grahana, Granendriya does Gandha Grahana, Hasta does Grahana Dharana, grasping and holding. Pada Gamana Gamana, going and coming. Payu is anal orifice. It does Malotsarga, expulsion of fecal matter. Upastha is either the penis or the genitals. Here, Mutrotsarga, expulsion of Mutra or Prajanana, that is giving birth to child. Both is done by this. Vak is the organ of speech. It does Vachana. Speaking is its activity. Manas, the activity of Manas is controlling the Indriya and restraining the self. Okay? Buddhi does Adhyavasaya. Adhyavasaya means discrimination. What is right and wrong is decided by Buddhi. Ahankara is reason for Abhimana, self-esteem and ego. I, me, this is required for me or not. I do not need this. All this is decided by Ahankara. So these are the 13 Karanas, Trayodasha Karanas and their vrittis. Trayodasha Karana may be asked for 3 marks or 5 marks in exam. Finally, towards the end, before knowing what is the application of Pratyaksha Pramana, another thing is told. You know that the Indriya needs to contact this Artha, right? To get Pratyaksha Jnana. To this contact, 8 things can cause obstruction. 8 things can cause Badha. Whenever there is obstruction to this, you cannot perceive. So those obstruction to perceive Pratyaksha are called as Pratyaksha Badhakara Bhavas. Factors that obstruct Pratyaksha Jnana. These are 8 in number. Charaka and Sankhya both have mentioned the same 8. Let us see. Satam cha Rupanam Ati Sannikarsha. If a thing is very close to eyes, you cannot perceive it. In Sankhya, the second one is told as Samipya. Samipya of Sankhya is same as Ati Sannikarsha of Charaka. Okay, very close to eyes. Like if you put kajal in your eyes, you cannot see your own kajal, right? Or you hold the book very close to your eyes, you cannot read it. So Ati Sannikarsha makes it incapable to see. Ati Viprakarsha, something being very far. Sankhya calls the same as Ati Dura, being very far. You can see a few stars, but few other stars you cannot see because they are very far. Avarana is obstruction or covering. You cannot see the bones inside our body because skin and muscle cover it. You cannot see what is happening across the wall because wall obstructs. These are called as avarana. Sankhya Darshana calls it as Vyavadhana. In his shloka, the word Vyavadhana is synonymous to Avarana told by Charaka. Then Charaka says Karana Daurbalya, impairment of sense organs. Like you may be deaf, you may not be able to hear, you may be blind, you may not be able to see. So all these Indriya Daurbalya also hampers Pratyaksha. This is called as Indriya Ghata in Sankhya Darshana. Then the fifth point is Manaha Anavasthana, absence of mind. See, you are sitting in the class, you are listening, but your mind is wandering somewhere else. Can you perceive what teacher is telling? No, because your mind is not there. So this is also one of the badha in perception of Pratyaksha. Same word is used by Sankhya Darshana, Mano Anavasthanat. Then other thing is Samanavihara. Mixing up of similar things together makes you difficult to identify the thing. For example, if I mix a heap of rice to a fistful of rice I take from somewhere else and mix in this heap of rice, can you find out which was the fistful you mixed? No, they will get mixed up. You won't be able to identify properly. Even mixing of rice and pulses together, it will be difficult for you to separate those two, right? All this is Samanavihara, similar things coming together. This is what happens when two diseases that look similar you see in a patient. You will be confused whether this is Pitta Pandu or this is Kamala, because both will have yellow coloration of the skin. So when similar things are there, confusion will be created. You cannot perceive things properly. This is Samanavihara. Abhibhava is overpowering. Overpowering is, see, you can see the moon and stars in the night, but you cannot see the same moon and stars in bright sunny day because the light of the sun overpowers them. They are present, but you cannot see. So that is called overpowering. So because of overpowering, you cannot see the moon and the stars. Last is Ati Saukshmya, excess minuteness. There are viruses, parasites, and bacteria in the air even now around you, but you cannot see them because they are very minute. So being very minute also obstructs Pratyaksha Jnana. So these are the 8 reasons for obstruction of Pratyaksha. After this, we'll just head to application of Pratyaksha Pramana. Importance in application of Pratyaksha. I hope this Pratyaksha Badhakara Bhava is understood. So, why is this Pramana important? This is important because this is a Pramana where your own Indriyas are applied to get the knowledge, right? When you do something yourself, you believe yourself the most. This Pramana therefore happens to be the most believable Pramana because you yourself through your Indriyas would have seen things, touched things, tasted it, smelled it, or perceived it in by some or the other Indriya. So it is the first-hand perception that you are doing, and hence it is most reliable. It is said that whatever you see through Pratyaksha or through Shastra is very best realizable. Also, if you see Ashtasthana Pariksha told by Yoga Ratnakara, for examination of a patient, you apply these 8 things. That is, Nadi, you check, Mutra, you see, Mala, Jihva, Shabda, Sparsha, Drik, and Akriti. All these are analyzed through Pratyaksha only. These examination methods are analyzed through Pratyaksha only. Also, you will see that each of the Indriya is applied in Pratyaksha. Let me tell you how. As a doctor, what all you can do with your Chakshurendriya. Soon as the patient enters, you can see how the person walks. Is he limping? Is there any swelling in his body? Is his face sad? Is the pain unbearable through his facial expression? Is he lean? Is he fat? All this you will see, right? And when the patient sits nearby, you can even see if the skin is dry, if there are any lesions, skin patches, etc. You can see. What all you can do through touch? You can touch and see the temperature. You can touch to see if there are deep-seated masses, tumors, or growths. You can touch to see if the skin is rough. Okay? Through touch, you can see various pulsations like pulse examination. By touch, you can see if there is organomegaly, any increased size of organs, etc. You can touch and see. So these you will do through Sparshana. What all you can do through smell, that is Granendriya. Through smell, you can see if there is fetid odor, in his sweat, any halitosis, any oral smell is there. Even generally, you can see ketone body is there in the body, then fruity odor will be coming from the person. Fruit-like smell will be coming. You might have learned in physiology experimentations. Okay, then the person will have different smells based on the lakshanas inside the body. If gangrene is there, then decaying smell will come from the body of the person. All this you can perceive through smell. Then through taste, though you can perceive things, but you do not imply. See, you can see if the blood of the person is sweet, mutra is sweet, but will you do it? No. So though pratyaksha is a possibility, usually rasa pariksha we do not apply in pratyaksha. We generally question the patient, how is the taste in your oral cavity, and we will run tests for glucose test, etc. to see sweetness. So we will rather put inference than tasting the mutra mala, etc. Not that it cannot be done, we usually do not do because practically it is not possible. Okay, so rasa pariksha we do not usually apply. The last pariksha that is left is shrotra. So what all we hear? We can hear if there is crepitus, noise made by the joints. We can hear heart sounds. We can hear the gurgling sound in the abdomen. We can hear to the intestinal sounds. We can hear the breath sounds. Okay, and also we can hear how the patient speaks, whether the voice is feeble, loud, is the person confident, not confident, depressed. All this can be known by hearing the sound with which the patient speaks, right? So by hearing, many things can be analyzed. So like this, you will employ various indriyas to test the patient. This is the importance and application of pratyaksha pramana. With this third syllabus point, pratyaksha pramana is over. And right. Indriyena indriyartam hi swam sam grihnati manavaha niyatam tulya yonitva na annena anyamiti sthitihi. It is better to by heart this shloka and write. Okay. Then there might be question like define karana. See, karana I told you is a tool. It is also called as in Ayurveda, indriyas are called as karanas. And karana is defined as asadharanam karanam karanam. Special tools or media, special causes for getting knowledge are called as karana. That is the definition required here. What are trayodasha karanas? So here you tell trayodasha means 13. Then you enumerate the 13 karanas, 10 bahya and 3 abhyantara. And you explain why the abhyantara karanas are important. You can say that this mind, ahankara and buddhi are the things that are inside the body as well as they go and interact outside to the world. But these 10 stay in the body only. They act as doors to mind, buddhi and ahankara to move in and out. These three are more prominent and important, antahkaranas. Okay. Another expected question is define pratyaksha, explain pratyaksha badhakara bhavas in detail and various methods to overcome. Now methods to overcome I had not explained during the presentation. I'll explain it now. See, in case you cannot see the faraway stars, telescope helps you to overcome it, right? You cannot see the bones inside because of avarana dosha, but X-ray, MRI, CT scan helps you to see through, right? Sukshma dosha, very minute things, you can use microscopes to see it. Mano anavasthana, mind is unstable, absence of mind is there, meditation helps you to get it back. Okay, then even when there is very close thing like kajal in the eye, you can use mirrors to see it. Okay, very close things, you can apply mirrors and other optic instruments to see it. So few of the doshas can be overcome using instruments. This is what is to be written for various methods to overcome pratyaksha badhakara bhavas. Then they might ask, define pratyaksha pramana and its application and importance in detail. Here, see to it, you explain the application of each of the indriya like I told. What through Shrotrendriya, what through Sparshanendriya, what through Ghanendriya, what through Chakshurendriya. Rasanendriya, though pratyaksha is not, pratyaksha is possible, we don't usually use it in Pariksha. Okay? Pratyaksha Pramana we don't use. For 5 marks, you may expect questions like define Pratyaksha, explain its classification in brief. See to it, you draw the flowchart for classification. Then define Indriya, enumerate the types of Indriya and Pancha Panchaka. This is simple. Give brief account of Sannikarsha. 5 marks question. First define, enumerate, then explain with example. Pradhanya of Pratyaksha Pramana. Here application and importance is expected. For 3 marks, they may ask you to define Pratyaksha. Classification of Pratyaksha may be asked for 3 marks. Alaukika Pratyaksha may be asked for 3 marks. Pratyaksha Badhakara Bhavas may be asked for 3 marks. See, Pratyaksha Badhakara Bhava, they may ask for 5 marks also, 3 marks also. If they ask for 3 marks, just enumerate and explain. If they ask for 5 marks, enumerate, explain, then tell how to overcome those. Okay? Indriya Pancha Panchaka may be asked for 3 marks. Trayodasha Karana may be asked for 3 marks. Tulya Yonitva may be asked for 3 marks. And Indriya Vrittis. If you remember, I had put the Trayodasha Karana on one side and what all actions they do on the other side in a chart, that is expected for Indriya Vrittis. Also make the Pancha Panchaka chart. This is about Pratyaksha Pramana. In case there are no questions, I will move ahead to the next Pramana, that is Anumana. This is the biggest and a bit more complex. Okay, so I will move ahead. Now, see, Pratyaksha is something you see directly, but not all the things in the world are visible to our naked eyes. So you need to imply other Pramanas. So the other Pramanas, among them most prominent is Anumana. Anumana means inference. You see something, based on that you get knowledge about something that is unseen. This is Anumana. Few terms are essential for Anumana Pramana. See, the thing which you see first, based on which you will get knowledge, the thing seen is called as Hetu. That's the cause for your knowledge. That is Hetu, what you are going to see. Based on that, you will get knowledge about something. So you will prove something else based on that. That thing is called as Sadhya. Okay? The thing which you see is called Hetu. The unseen thing which you will get knowledge about is called as Sadhya. The relation between this Hetu and Sadhya is called as Vyapti. The inseparable relation between Hetu and Sadhya is called as Vyapti. The place where this Hetu is present, the area or place on which you saw the Hetu is called as Paksha. Okay, this Hetu being present on the Paksha, this phenomena is called as Paksha Dharmata. So, there is a Paksha place on which you see a Hetu. This is Paksha Dharmata. This Hetu is having inseparable relation with Sadhya. This is called as Vyapti. Once you know Paksha Dharmata and Vyapti, you can analyze. You know that the Hetu is present on Paksha. Hetu is inevitably related to Sadhya. So, if the Hetu is present on Paksha, Sadhya should also be present there. So, you will get to prove Sadhya. This analysis, what you do is called as Paramarsha. Putting Vyapti and Paksha Dharmata together is called as Paramarsha. And through Paramarsha, the knowledge you get is called as Anumiti, inferential knowledge. And the whole process is called as Anumana. Okay. Now I will give you the example that is given in your text. Of course, I can give you medical examples also. But I will make it easy so that you can understand. The example in your text is Dhuma Vanni Parvata. Correct? Mountain, smoke, fire. Mountain is the place on which you will see the smoke. So place is called as Paksha. Mountain is the Paksha. What you are seeing is smoke, is the Hetu. Smoke and fire are related to each other always. This relation is called as Vyapti. But fire is not visible. You are trying to prove this fire. That's why it is called as Sadhya. You have to prove it. This smoke is present on the mountain. Hetu present on the Paksha is called as Paksha Dharmata. So, Smoke is present on the mountain. Smoke is related to fire. Hence, fire should also be present on the mountain. This analysis is called as Paramarsha. By this, what knowledge do you get? There is fire on that mountain. This is Anumiti. That's the knowledge you get. And this whole process is called as Anumana. This process of arriving at that point is called as Anumana. Is this clear? Because these words are important throughout the presentation now. Next, all things will be based on these terms. So I'll move ahead. Okay. The word Anumana is derived from Anu plus Ma plus Plut Pratyaya. This is how the derivation is grammatically. It is said Anumiti Karanam Anumanam. That which helps as a tool to get inferential knowledge is called as Anumana Pramana. Mitena Lingena Arthasya Paschatmanam Anumanam. With the limited visual aids, that is, limited thing is seen, like smoke you see. With that, getting knowledge of an unseen thing, Arthasya Paschatmanam. Later, getting knowledge of unseen thing is called as Anumana. Little is seen, based on that unseen is analyzed or inferred, is called as Anumana. Next definition is by Charakacharya. Not only he defines, he also tells which are the examples for Anumana based on three tenses: past tense, present tense and future tense. So this shloka is to be by-hearted by all. 4-line shloka, important for exam for Anumana Pramana. Pratyaksha Purvam Trividam Trikalam Cha Anumiyate Vannirnigoodo Dhumena Maithunam Garbhadarshanath Evam Vyavasyanti Atitam Bijat Phalam Anagatam Drishtva Bijat Phalam Jatam Ihaiva Sadrisham Buddha. So Anumana is Trikala. It is valid for all the three tenses: past tense, present tense and future tense. Unlike Pratyaksha, which is applicable only to present tense. Pratyaksha Purvam, but it requires Pratyaksha initially. Why? To analyze that there is fire on the mountain, you need to see Dhuma, right? Initial Pratyaksha is required. So one of the entities should be visible to infer the other entity. So Pratyaksha Purvam, it requires little Pratyaksha based on which Apratyaksha can be analyzed. It is of three types applicable to three kalas, three tenses. How it is? See the example. Vannihi Nigudo Dhumena, analyzing that there is fire on the mountain which is not seen. Fire, unseen fire is analyzed based on the smoke that is seen. This is analyzing or inferring the present tense. Both are present at the same time, smoke and fire. Second example is Maithunam Garbhadarshanath, inferring sexual intercourse has happened based on seeing a pregnant lady. You see a lady is pregnant and you infer there was sexual intercourse in the past. So this is analysis of the past. Bhuta Kalina Anumana. Vannirnigudo Dhumena is Vartamana Kalina, present tense. Maithunam Garbhadarshana is past tense. Okay, Atita Kalina or Bhuta Kalina Anumana. Evam Vyavasyanti Atitam. So that is Atita Kalika, Maithunam Garbhadarshana. Bijat Phalam Anagatam. You see a seed being sown in the ground and you say this will grow into a plant and give rise to fruit. So you are inferring the future. This is Drishtva Bijat Phalam Jatam Ihaiva Sadrisham Buddha. Because you have seen earlier that a seed grows into plant and plant gives fruit. So soon as you see a seed, you can infer and tell that there is going to be a fruit later on. So this is inference of the future. Bhavishyat Kalina or Anagata Kalina Anumana. So three types of Anumana are Vartamana Kalika, or it is also called as Samanyato Drishta, Vartamana Kalika or Samanyato Drishta Anumana. That is present tense. Past tense related Maithunam Garbhadarshanath is also called Atita Kalika or Bhuta Kalika Anumana. The last type is for future tense, Bhavishyat Kalina Anumana or Anagata Kalina Anumana. It is Bijat Phalam Anagatam. These are the three types of Anumana according to Charakacharya. Also, another definition given is Anumanam Khalu Tarko Yukti Apeksha. Anumana is something which requires Tarka and Yukti, a proper planned way of argumentation, a logical argumentation is required. So for analyzing, you should be logical and you should know to analyze it properly in a planned manner. Both are Tarka and Yukti are essential for Anumana Pramana. Coming to types of Anumana, as I already said, Charakas Anumana, Anagata Kalika, what I said is future tense, Bijat Phalam Anagatam. So you have a cause, that is seed, from which you are inferring the fruit that will come up next. Karanat Karya Anumana. Seed is first, then tree, then fruit, right? So Karanat, by the cause, you are inferring the later effect. Karanat Karya Anumana, it is called. Second type is of past tense, Maitunam Garbhadarshanat, Atita Kalina Anumana. Here you are already seeing the effect. Pregnancy you are seeing. You are inferring the cause. Why pregnancy occurred is because of sexual activity. So inference of the past is called as Karyat Karananumana. Inferring the cause by the effect. Okay, Karyat Karananumana. The last one is of present tense, Vanyar Nigudo Dhumena. So analyzing the fire by seeing smoke at the same time, Vartamana Kalika. This is called Akarya Karanibhuta Samanyato Drishta Anumana. So Karya and Karana, there is no time lag between the two. It is not like one, there is fire, after fire is gone, Dhuma comes. No, both coexist. Therefore, neither Karya Karana is applied here. It is Samanyato Drishta. Together they are present. This is the types, 3 types according to Charakacharya. Nyaya Darshana also gives 3 types. The words used are different, but it is similar to Charakas. He says Purvavat Anumana. Purva means Karana here. So seeing Karana and analyzing the future. Purvavat is nothing but future, inferring future. Megha Darshanat Varsham. Seeing the black clouds, you say it is going to rain. So predicting future is called as Purvavat Anumana. Sheshavat is you see a flooding river. There is flood and you say, oh, seems like it had rained earlier. So past you are inferring. Okay. You see a roga in the patient and you say dosha dosha samurchana has occurred, therefore there is roga. So inferring the past is Sheshavat. Last is Samanyato Drishta, coexistent. Atmajnana by Ichha Desha. As long as the person has anger, desires, you know the person is living, right? Atmajnana, Atma is present, you can make out, till the person has Pranapana Nimeshadya, Jivanam Manasogatihi, right? Till the person has the activities, you know the Atma is there in the body. Both are coexistent. This is the 3 types according to Nyaya Darshana. Another 2 types is given by Tarka Sangraha. Anumanam Dvividham, Swartha Parartha. Simple. This is inference for self. Now, once you have inferred something for self, you explain it to others, that is Parartha. Swarthanumana means you get the knowledge for yourself. Parartha is when you explain it to others, that is Pararthanumana. So, Swarthanumana is easy. You go near the mountain, you see the smoke, first step. Soon as you see the smoke, you should want to get knowledge, further knowledge. So second step is wanting to get knowledge. Third step is recollecting the fact that smoke and fire are correlated. They always coexist. Remembering this is the third step. Fourth step is analysis, where you say, okay, there is smoke on this mountain. Smoke is related to fire. So there should be fire on this mountain. This analysis is fourth step, based on which finally you reach at a conclusion, there is fire on the mountain. Okay, these are the steps involved in Swartha when you analyze for yourself. But see, when you convince yourself, it is easier. When you have to tell others, you have to logically explain, right? This Pararthanumana therefore requires 5 steps. It is called Pancha Avayava Vakya. Pancha Avayava Vakya, Pratignya, Hetu, Udaharana, Upanaya, Nigamana. These are 5 steps how you will explain inference to other people. What is Pratignya? Pratignya is telling what you want to prove. Like you say, Parvato Vanniman, you will tell your friend, there is fire on this mountain. Then you will give Hetu. You should tell why you think so. You will say Dhumat, see there is smoke, therefore I think there is fire. Then you will give an example, Udaharana you have to give to convince that person. You say, see, you have seen when your mother cooks in the kitchen, she is cooking, that time smoke will be coming out. So when there is smoke coming out, you know there is fire lit in the house. Similarly here also, this example what you give, Mahanasa is kitchen here. So example is Udaharana. Upanaya is bringing near your Udaharana and trying to prove your point. So you say, just like in the kitchen, so it is in this mountain also. Just like in the kitchen, if there is smoke, you know there is fire. Here also, because there is smoke, there is fire. This bringing together of things is called Upanaya. Nigamana is conclusion, where you say, that's why I feel there is fire on the mountain. Tatha chayam. Just like that, tasmat tatha. Therefore, there is fire on the mountain. So how you will quote? I think there is fire on the mountain is the first statement, pratigna. Because there is smoke on the mountain is the hetu. Yatha mahanasa, just like in the kitchen is your example. Tatha chayam. That is just like in the kitchen, so it is here on the mountain. Tasmat tatha. Therefore, it is like that. Therefore, there is fire on the mountain. This is conclusion. So these are the 5 steps how you explain what you have inferred to others. Okay. In the context of Anumana, we came across a word called as Vyapti. Vyapti is, I told you, the relation between Hetu and Sadhya. It is defined as Hetu Sadhya Yoho Sahacharya Niyamo Vyaptihi. The coexistence as a rule of Hetu and Sadhya together. If there is smoke, certainly there will be fire. This certainty in the relation of Hetu and Sadhya is called as Vyapti. And you know, relation can be always positive or negative. If there is smoke, certainly there will be fire. If there is no smoke, there cannot be fire. Or we can say, if it is water there, fire cannot be there. So some cannot exist together, some have to exist together. So when we say, by proving one's presence, we say other also has to be present. It is positive concomitance. Anvaya Vyapti. So 2 types of Vyapti are Anvaya Vyapti and Vyatireka. Presence of one indicating presence of other is Anvaya. Absence of one indicating absence of other. If there is no fire, there cannot be smoke. This is telling it in Vyatireka, negative sense. Positive, if there is smoke, there has to be fire. Okay, this is positive. So positively quoting something is called as positive concomitance. Negatively quoting, if there is no fire, there cannot be smoke. This is negative concomitance. These are the 2 types of Vyapti. Hetu is also of 2 types. What is Hetu? Hetu is something you are seeing, right? Something you are seeing is Hetu, based on which you will prove the Sadhya. So what is Hetu? Leenam antarhitam aprathyaksham artham gamayati. That which helps you to get knowledge of hidden things, unseen things, which helps you to get that knowledge, tat lingam, that is called as Hetu. So Hetu is a visible thing. Okay, in Anumana Pramana, Hetu is visible. Based on that, what you are proving is not visible. So Hetu helps you to see the unseen thing or analyze the unseen thing. This Hetu is 3 types. Kevala Anvayi, Kevala Vyatireki, Anvaya Vyatireki. See, now I had told you Vyapti is Anvaya and Vyatireka type. If a Hetu can involve in only Anvaya type of Vyapti, can involve only in positive concomitance, then it is called Kevala Anvayi Hetu. If it can give right meaning, better right meaning only when it involves in negative Vyapti, it is called Kevala Vyatireki. Anvaya Vyatireki is a Hetu which gives a proper meaning whether it involves in Anvaya Vyapti or in Vyatireka Vyapti. Both sense it gives proper meaning. Then it is called Anvaya Vyatireka Vyapti. Okay, Anvaya Vyatireki Hetu. So Hetu is 3 types. Another easy categorization of Hetu, which is important for the Asad Hetu is bad Hetu. Bad Hetu is a it can be asked for 10 marks also, it can be asked for 5 marks, it can be asked for 3 marks. That is called as Hetva Bhasa. A Hetu, Asat Hetu or Hetva Bhasa is a bad Hetu, about which you may be asked question 3, 5 or 10 marks. It's an important thing for your examination called as Hetva Bhasa. It is a faulty Hetu or a bad Hetu. Okay, so Hetu is either good Hetu or bad Hetu. How do you identify a Hetu as good? It should have 5 characters. Pakshe Sattvam. The Hetu should be present on Paksha. Sapakshe Sattvam. The Hetu should be present on the example that you give. Sapaksha means example that you give. Like Mahanasa, you said kitchen. That is Sapaksha. Vipaksha is a place where sadhya is not present. Sapaksha is a place where sadhya is present. Vipaksha is a place where sadhya is not present. So hetu is good if it is present on paksha. If it is present on sapaksha, it should be absent on vipaksha. Vipakshe asatvam. Asat pratipakshatvam. Good hetu should be able to prove the sadhya. It should not have another competitor hetu which will disprove the sadhya. Think there is one thing you want to prove. Say you want to prove x. There is one hetu A which is proving x. Same time there is another hetu B which is disproving x. So there is competition between A and B. So you do not arrive at a conclusion whether x is present or absent, because these two hetus are still fighting. One hetu says it is present, another hetu says it is absent. So there is competition between hetu A and B. This is called pratipakshatva. This should not happen. If it is a good hetu, it will not have competition. It will be one and only, and it will be proving things. So that is asat pratipakshatva. The last good quality of a good hetu is abadhitatva. The hetu should prove a thing by anumana, and no other pramana should disprove it. Hetu proves a thing by anumana. It should not have badha, obstruction, by other pramanas. This is abadhitatva. So these are the 5 characters of good hetu. Any one character also is missing, it becomes hetvabhasa. It becomes a bad hetu. Okay. So 5 characters of good hetu are pakshe sattva, sapakshe sattva, vipakshe asatva, asat pratipakshatva, abadhitatva. Okay. Based on the defects, that one of the defect is there, then it will become hetvabhasa, I said. What is hetvabhasa? Hetuvat abhasante iti hetvabhasaha. It appears like a good hetu, but actually it is a bad hetu. Dushta hetavaha iti arthaha. These are called as hetvabhasas. 5 types of defects are possible. Like you had 5 good characters, there are 5 defects in hetu, based on which 5 hetvabhasas will be there. The 5 defects are vyabhichara. Vyabhichara means exception to the rule. What exception will be there? First 3 characters of good hetu will be missing. One of the character will be missing. Pakshe sattva, sapakshe sattva, vipakshe asatva. One of these 3 characters will be missing, leading to vyabhichara dosha. By vyabhichara dosha, type of hetvabhasa that comes out is savyabhichara hetvabhasa. Next dosha is virodha. Virodha is opposition. What is opposition here? Virodha is contradictory or opposite. Instead of proving the sadhya, if the hetu disproves the sadhya, what is the work of hetu? To prove something. Instead of proving, if it disproves, it is a bad hetu. So that is called virodha dosha. And the hetvabhasa is called as viruddha hetvabhasa. Pratipaksha dosha. Pratipaksha means, as I explained earlier, there is hetu A proving X. Hetu B disproving X. So A and B will be competing, one proving, one disproving. So this competition is a bad thing. That is the dosha here. Pratipaksha is competition, and the hetvabhasa that comes out of it is sat pratipaksha hetvabhasa. Next dosha is asiddha. Asiddha is non-existence dosha. Here either hetu will be absent, or the paksha will be absent, or the vyapti will be absent. So non-existence of hetu itself, non-existence of paksha, non-existence of vyapti. Like this, asiddhi dosha can be there, leading to asiddha hetvabhasa. Last is badha. Badha here is obstruction by other pramanas. Whatever anumana is proving, other pramanas, if they disprove it, it is called badha dosha. The type of hetvabhasa is called badhita hetvabhasa. Among these 5 types of hetvabhasa, the first one and savyabhichara hetvabhasa is of 3 types: sadharana savyabhichara, asadharana savyabhichara, and anupasamhari. This asiddha, first and fourth have subtypes. Sorry, first and fourth have 3 types. Sadharana has 3, savyabhichara has 3 types: sadharana, asadharana, anupasamhari. Asiddha has 3 types, that is Ashraya Siddha, Swarupa Siddha and Vyapyatva Siddha. Okay, this Asiddha I told you, where Paksha is absent, it is called Ashraya Siddha. If Hetu itself is absent, it is called Swarupa Siddha. If Vyapti is missing, then it is called Vyapyatva Siddha. Like this, 5 types of Hetva Bhasas are explained. Let me tell you, Hetva Bhasa in itself is 1.5 to 2 hours of portion. I cannot go into details of this here in this presentation because we are having an overall review. I hope this has been done in your class also, and I hope the gist there a long time for explanation. So this is about the types of Hetva Bhasa that you need to learn. Similar term is used by Charakacharya called as a Hetu, but this is not in the context of proving Sadhya. In Charaka, this is used in the context of Vada Marga, debate. In debate, you have to prove that the other person is wrong, right? So you have to tell that the Hetu or the things you quoted are wrong. So those wrong things are called as a Hetu here. In debating, you have to prove your opponent is wrong. So you should say whatever cause or whatever logic he said is wrong. That is called as a Hetu. So that is quoted in Charaka Vimana 8th chapter. 3 types of a Hetu are identified by Charaka to prove the opposition wrong. That is Prakarana Sama, Samshaya Sama, Varnya Sama. If a person, okay, tries to prove one sentence, say you are one of the participant, opponent is saying, I want to prove a sentence A. And to prove, he gives reason, and reason he repeats the proposition only. Whatever he wanted to prove, same sentence he requotes and tries to prove his sentence. It is called Prakarana Sama. It is a bad thing. So you can say, I don't accept your logic. You are requoting your own proposition and using it as a Hetu. Your Hetu is not good. This is Prakarana Sama. Samshaya Sama is, think your opponent says something. You raise a doubt. I have a doubt about what you said. Then the person, instead of clearing your doubt, requotes your statement of doubt itself as the argument for the doubt. What you asked as doubt, same thing, he repeats the doubt and says, therefore I am right. Then you can say, no, you are repeating my doubt. I don't agree with your argument. That is Samshaya Sama, repeating your doubt as his answer. That is Samshaya Sama Ahetu. Varnya Sama, the person wants to prove something and he gives an example to prove that. But the example itself is not yet proven. Then it is called Varnya Sama. These 3 are the places where you can say the opponent, your logic is not right and therefore you are defeated. When the person repeats his proposal itself as the cause, when the person repeats your doubt as the reason to remove the doubt, and when the person quotes an example which in itself is not yet proven. These 3 are a-hetus quoted by Charaka, which is used in debate. Okay, this is about Anumana Pramana topics. The last point under Anumana Pramana is importance. First thing, whenever apart from Pratyaksha, any Pramana you are explaining, please write this shloka first. Pratyaksham hi alpam, analpam apratyaksham. There are very little things in the world which are visible to or which are perceivable by direct perception. All other things are not perceived, for which we require other pramanas. Anumana is one of the important ones for that. So in case of physiology, that is Kriya Sharira, you will see that dosha dhatu malas may not be directly visible, but you will know they are in normalcy by their prakrita karma. You know the prakrita karma of all doshas. If you see the karma is being done properly, then you say the doshas are in prakrita. Similarly, vriddhi and kshaya of dosha you have learnt. You do not actually see the dosha increasing or decreasing in the body. You see the lakshanas, and then based on the lakshanas, you infer the increase or decrease, right? So vriddhi and kshaya in the body is analyzed based on the lakshanas that you see. Similarly, while diagnosing the disease also, you ask a few questions. Based on the information patient gives, you will infer what disease it could be, what could be the cause of the disease, right? There are few points told in Charaka directly. Agnim Jarana Shaktya. You can assess how the digestive fire of the person is based on the questions asked for Jarana, how the digestion is going on. If digestion is good, Agni is good. If the person can do a lot of exercise, the person's strength is good. Like this, based on seeing one thing, you can analyze other thing. Like this, few examples are given in Charaka. Even Anumana is applicable in research. There are research where you have a few things about which you don't know. There is a new drug available in the market. You run tests and try to know where it is useful. So you have a thing, you don't know its effect. So Karanat Karyanumana. You are yet to infer what will happen in future. So these are called as prospective research. Then you already know what effect this drug has. Like you know that Guduchi is Pittahara, Jwarahara. You already know. You are trying to see why is Guduchi Pittahara, why is Guduchi Jwarahara. So you are trying to go back. You already know the effect. You are trying to trace back the reason why. So Karyat Karyanumana. Karyat Karananumana. Why effect? You are trying to trace the cause. This is retrospective research. It is applicable. Similarly, in prognosis of a disease, sadhya sadhyata and treatment also, Anumana is applicable. So you see a specific sign and symptom in the disease, you see for how long the patient is suffering. Based on that, you say whether it is easily treatable, treatable with difficulty, or untreatable. Okay. Also, to decide treatment for a disease, you see the symptoms and accordingly infer the level of disturbance of dosha and accordingly plan or Shodhana. All this is based on inference. You see a few things and you infer what might be happening in the body, and accordingly you diagnose and treat. Also, you will see that rebirth, which is not visible, Punarjanma, by Anumana we can prove. How? For example, a parent has 3 children, though born to the same parents? No. They all 3, see in your class, 3 friends always read together, work very hard. But the results will vary from one person to other. Why? That will tell you that there was something apart from this karana. Studying was the karana, result is the karya, effect. But still, same way everybody studied, but result come different. That is because there is something called luck, what you call. That is decided by previous janma. By these argumentation, you can say there is more than this janma. There is beyond this janma also. Like this, Anumana Pramana helps us to prove rebirths. In your syllabus point, along with Anumana, they have given a point called as Tarka. I want you to remember, in first syllabus point, I said Tarka is one of the Aprama, right? Where argumentation is still there, it is called Aprama. But if your argument is logical, it can help you to get true knowledge also. So Tarka can be a tool to get true knowledge, and it is a part in Anumana, I have told. Avignata Tattve Arthe, whenever there is an unknown thing, Karanopapattitaha, by applying reasoning and logic, Tattva Jnana, getting true knowledge through analysis and guesswork, is called as Tarka. Avignata Tattve Arthe, Karanopapattitaha, Tattva Jnanartham, Uhaha, Tarkaha. Tarka is a guesswork or analysis to arrive at a true knowledge about an unknown thing based on logical reasoning. This is called as Tarka. Tarka usually is of 3 types. First type is Tarka, which is a general argumentation. One will argue for, one will argue against, and you will reach at a true knowledge. Kutarka, irrespective of what your opponent says, you want to argue. Whether you are right or wrong, you just argue for the sake of argumenting. That is Kutarka. This does not lead to true knowledge. It leads to faulty knowledge. Vitarka is Vishesha Tarka. Here you are certainly right when you are arguing, and this is the best type of Tarka. Here both of you discuss about a known truth and reach at a finer truths. Okay, so Vitarka is where you already know the truth, but you are still discussing on it to reach at better understanding. That is Vitarka. So these are the 3 types of argumentations and discussions called as Tarka. Why is Tarka important? See, Tarka is a 3 or 5 marks question in examination. You just need to write this and explain. Importance is Nyaya Siddhi. When you want to prove something, Tarka is useful. Swavakya Siddhi. You want to prove your point also, Tarka is important. Prativakya Khandana. Opponent's Vakya you want to disprove also, Tarka is important. Arriving at Yathartha Jnana. Reaching at a true knowledge. Understanding understanding probabilities. When you discuss, you will know others' opinion and point of view. So you will know other probabilities also. These are the importance and application of Tarka Pramana. So with this, we come to end of Anumana. Next two Pramanas are very short and we'll be finishing within another 10-15 minutes today's whole presentation. After Anumana, we have Yukti and Upamana, two more Pramanas to go. Any doubts are there? Please feel free to ask. Unmute yourself and ask. Okay.
Ma'am, can you
Yes,
please
please.
give example for Badha Hetva Bhasa?
Which one?
Badha, ma'am. Badha Hetva Bhasa.
I'll tell you. Let me tell you a sentence. Agnihi anushno dravyatvat jalavat. Now I'll translate it in English. Agnihi, fire. Anushno is cold. That is, it is not hot. Anushna means not hot. Fire is not hot. Dravyatvat, because it is a dravya. Jalavat, just like jala. Now see, Agni is a dravya. Can you argue on that? No. Agni is a dravya. Correct. Jala is a dravya. Yes, Jala is a dravya. Jala is cold. Yes, Jala is cold. So Agni should be cold. So if you see logically, Jala is cold, Agni is also cold. Jala is dravya, Agni is also dravya. So logically by Anumana, I am trying to prove this. But don't you know by Pratyaksha that if I touch fire, it is hot? So the sentence and logic may sometimes lead us wrongly. So the hetu used by me is wrong. Dravya hetu is not good here. Just because Agni is also a dravya and Jala is also a dravya doesn't mean both have to be cold, right? So this hetu is bad. And how do I know the hetu is bad? Because by Pratyaksha, other Pramana will tell me otherwise. By touch, I know Agni is hot. So whatever Anumana proves, another Pramana is disproving. In that case, the hetu used, we know, is a faulty hetu. That is Badha dosha. Am I understood? Whatever Anumana proves, Pratyaksha is disproving. By Anumana, I am trying to prove that Agni, fire, is not hot. But by Pratyaksha, I know fire is hot. So Anumana is proving something. Another Pramana, that is Pratyaksha, is obstructing that knowledge. It says no, Agni is Ushna only. So there is Badha dosha, obstruction by other Pramana. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
So from Anumana and Tarka, these are the questions you might expect in exam. For 10 marks, define Anumana, write different classifications of Anumana would be asked. Define Hetu and its types. Define Hetva Bhasa and its types in detail. This, please see to it because today it is fresh. You go and read your notes. Hetva Bhasa is very, very important for exam. It is a bit complex. Read it properly today only. It will become easier. Okay. What is Tarka? Explain its relation with Anumana. Here, when they ask the relation with Anumana, you have to write the definition. Anumanam khalu tarko yukti apeksha. Okay, so that you can explain the relation. Explain the practical applicability of Tarka and Anumana. Write the applications of both. Explain Sadhetu Lakshana, 5 characters. Define Hetva Bhasa. Give the definition and types in detail. Enumerate Hetva Bhasa with the defects and explain the types with example. For 5 marks, they may ask, define Anumana, give brief account of its classification. What is Pararthanumana? Pararthanumana is when you explain the Anumana to others. Explain Pancha Avayava Vakya, Pratigna Hetu Udaharana, Upanaya Nigamana. These are the 5 Avayavas which will help you in reaching Pararthanumana. Define Hetva Bhasa, explain its types in brief. They can ask, define Vyapti, explain its types, or define Hetu, explain its types. Define Tarka and explain in detail. Though types is not asked, see to it because it is 5 marks. You define Tarka, give the types of Tarka and explain the applicability of Tarka. Application and importance of Anumana Pramana may be asked for 5 marks. For 3 marks, many things may be asked from this. I'll just go on reading the topics from which 3 marks question may come. Anumana Pramana, here you just define Anumana. Hetva Bhasa and its types. Just define Hetva Bhasa and enumerate the types. No need of explanation. Types of Anumana, you give the various types of Anumana told by various Acharyas. See to it, you start by defining Anumana first. Vyapti, define Vyapti and enumerate its types. Paramasya, give the definition of Paramasya, that is Vyapti Vishishta Pakshadharmata Jnanam Paramasya. Tell that it is a part in Anumana Pramana where one has to know the Vyapti and Pakshadharmata to analyze. This analysis is called as Paramasya. Then you define what is Pakshadharmata and Vyapti also. Hetu and types, just define Hetu and give the types of Hetu here. Two classifications of Hetu are there. Kevalanvayi, Kevala Vyatireki, Anvaya Vyatireki Hetu. This is one classification. Sad Hetu, Asad Hetu. That is the other classification. Swarthanumana, that is inference for self. Pararthanumana, inference for others. Please give the steps involved. Pancha Avayava Vakya, nothing but steps involved in Pararthanumana, 5-part syllogism. That is Pratigna Hetu, Udaharana, Upanaya, Nigamana. Tarka, define types and application for 3 marks. Example of Anumana. Here what you do, first you define Anumana and then quote various examples that are given for Anumana by Charaka. Drishtanta. Drishtanta means example, Udaharana. So you can say Sapaksha is also a Drishtanta, Vipaksha is also a Drishtanta. Sapaksha is positive Drishtanta where Sadhya is present. Vipaksha is an example where Sadhya is absent. Please mention that here. Anvaya Drishtanta and Vyatireka Drishtanta are 2 types. Paksha, Sapaksha, Vipaksha. Any of this word or all the 3 words may be asked to define. So Paksha is the place where you are doubting the Sadhya. Sandikta Sadhyavan Paksha. Paksha is the place where Sadhya is already where Sadhya is definitely absent. Nishtita Sadhya Abhavavan Vipaksha. These are the 3 definitions for Paksha, Sapaksha and Vipaksha. This is about Anumana Pramana. Next is Yukti. These are short topics. This Pramana as a whole may be asked for 10 marks, 5 marks or 3 marks. There is very little content here. Yuj dhatu with tin pratyaya is how Yukti word is made. Yujyate iti Yukti, where there is union or bringing together of many karanas is called as Yukti. The definition of Yukti is Buddhi Pashyati ya bhavan bahu karana yogajan Yukti strikala sadhneya trivargam sadhyateya. So Yukti inevitably is a jnana derived by putting together bahu karanas, multiple hetus leading to one sadhya. This is the difference between Yukti and Anumana. Anumana, there is one hetu, one sadhya. Here several hetus come together to prove one sadhya. It is also applicable to Trikala and helps us in Trivarga sadhana. What is Trivarga? Dharma, Artha, Kama sadhana, leading to moksha, of course, in the end. Another definition is Yuktistu Yojana Yatu Yujyate. Yukti is a planned way of arriving at something where union of multiple factors is done. That is called as Yukti. The examples given for Yukti are Jalakarshana Bija Rutu Sanyogat Sasya Sambhavaha. Union of water, irrigation, seed and good climate leads to the production of a plant. So these are the Karanas, Jala, Karshana, Bija and Rutu. The outcome is Sasya, plant. Similarly, Yukti Shadhatu Sanyogat Garbhanam Sambhavastata. 6th Sanyoga of 6 entities, that is Panchamahabhuta and Atma, leads to formation of Garbha. So these 6 entities are the Bahukaranas leading to Garbhodpadana. Madhya Manthana Manthana Sanyogat Agni Sambhavaha. Agni is the effect, final product. What are the Karanas, Bahukaranas? Madhya Manthana Manthana. There is one stone as the base stone, another stone for grinding, and a person who makes friction between the 2 stones. Madhya, Manthana and Manthana. These 3 when together, Agni can be produced. Yukti Yukta Chatushpada Sampad Vyadi Nibarhani. Ideal combination of Chikitsa Chatushpada, Bishak, Dravya, Upastata and Rogi. Okay, these 4 together leads to Vyadi Nibarhana, relief from disease. So you see combination of things leading to a final effect. This is called as Yukti. There are no types of Yukti or anything. Final syllabus, in this syllabus point, final point covered is importance and application of Yukti Pramana. You should know Matra Kala Shraya Yukti. Yukti is always dependent on Matra. Dose of the medicine you use, dose of the things you use according to Kala, which stage of disease the patient is in, which climate is going on, which age the person is. All this knowledge is put together. You should use Yukti as a doctor. How much dose to give, which time, what is to be given. All this planning is called as Yukti. Siddhihi Yukto Pratishtita. Your success is based on this Yukti. If you know to plan well, you will be successful. Tishtati Upari Yuktignos Dravya Jnanavatam Sada. Just knowing the various dravyas or medicine is not enough. If you know the planned way of using these medicines in right time, in right dose, only then you will be successful. So Yukti is important. Next importance point is Anena Upadeshena na anaushadhi bhutam jagati kinchit dravyam upalabhyate. There is nothing in the world which is not a aushadha. Everything is aushadha. But what is required? Tam tam yuktim artham tam tam abhipretecha. If you know how to plan and use a thing, everything can be used as a medicine. So yukti is important. Yogadapi visham tikshnam uttamam bheshajam bhavet. Bheshajam chapi duryuktam tikshnam sampadyate visham. If you know yukti, even poison in a low dose can be used as a life-saving medicine. But if you don't know planning, even a good medicine can turn and become a poison to the patient and kill him. So it is all about how you plan and your knowledge that will decide your success in treatment. So it is yukti which will make even poison as medicine. And if you don't have yukti, even a medicine will become a poison. Also, Chatushpada, Chikitsa Chatushpadas are there. Doctor is the main in the Chikitsa Chatushpada. He should know how to plan and use the remaining 3 Chatushpadas for Siddhi, success in treatment. Also, for reading and writing of a book and understanding a book, you require a planning which is called as Tantra Yukti. For writing a book or for reading a book, you require a planned way of reading, that is called Tantra Yukti. That is the importance of Yukti. Not only this, if you see a patient, you will see multiple factors. What is Hita, what is Ahita, what is Pathya, what is Apatya. Even while analyzing a drug, Dravya medicine, you will see what is the Rasa, Guna, Virya, Vipaka, Bahu Karanas you will put together and reach at the final conclusion. What disease it is, what type of Dravya to be used, right? So it requires Yukti even to select a drug or diagnose a patient. Even to see which yantra is to be used, what shastra is to be used, what aushadha is to be used, planning is required. Assessing dosha, dhatu, mala, srotas, agni, etc. All this will require yukti. For a doctor, therefore, among all pramanas, yukti pramana is topmost. Hence, Charaka placed it under pramanas. To collect drugs also, what time it is to be collected, from what dik it is to be collected, what part is to be collected, everything requires yukti. Not only that, in research, you will have n number of factors. What is the sample size? What is the medicine given? How much dose it is to be given? For how much duration it is to be given? All this. So, even in research, yukti plays an important role. So, without yukti, siddhi or success in chikitsa is not a possibility. That's the importance of yukti pramana. The questions that can be expected for 10, 5 and 3 marks are 10 marks, define yukti with examples, explain its application and importance in Ayurveda. For 5 marks, define yukti, explain in detail with example. For 3 marks, they may just give yukti pramana. Please give the definition there. Okay. The last syllabus point pertaining to pramana is upamana pramana. We'll finish in under 5 minutes. Here you need to know the definition and its application. U upasarga ma dhatu bhave plut pratyaya. That is what makes upama. Upama means comparison or similarity. Okay, knowing something by comparison or similarity is what comes in upama pramana. In modern parlance, it is called as analogy. Upasamipe miyate parichiyate anaya iti upama. That which takes us towards an unknown thing is called as upamana pramana. Upamiyate aninati upamanam. That which helps us to gain knowledge through comparison is called as upamana. So the definition is prasiddha vastu sadharmyat aprasiddhasya sadhanam. With the help of the knowledge of a known thing, getting to know an unknown, unpopular thing is called as upamana. For example, you all know moon. Moon is beautiful, moon is bright, moon glows. If there is a beautiful girl which somebody has not seen, you say, I have a friend, her face is just like a moon. Immediately the person knows she has a glowing skin, round face and beautiful. So though the person has not seen that girl, because you equated it or compared it with something known, like moon, the other thing is known. Okay, like this, knowing the unknown thing by means of comparing it with a popular known thing is called as upamana. Upamana mitikyatam yatha go gavayah tatha. Understanding about a wild cow in the forest by knowing the domestic cow. Domestic cow is known to everybody. If you have seen that, you can understand about the wild cow in the forest also. This is how by comparison you learn. Upamana is not taken as pramana by Charakacharya, but of course in Vadamarga for debate he has used a word called as aupamya, which also means comparison, where he says aupamyam namayat anyena anyasya sadrishyam adhikritya prakashanam. Two things having similar quality, then if you know one thing, another can be understood. This is called as aupamya according to Charakacharya. Types of upamana. So how all you can learn by comparison? One, you can learn by similarity, sadrishya dwara, like moon-faced girl, or you can understand similar things like there is a buffalo basin in the jungles, which looks almost like the domestic buffalo, which is domestic here. So you see a buffalo, and if in jungle you see something similar to buffalo but looks more cruel, it is a non-domesticated buffalo or the buffalo belonging to the wild. Okay, when by similarity you are trying to understand two things, then it is sadrishya dwara. Vaidharmya dwara is based on dissimilarities. Now a camel and a giraffe almost look similar because they have a long neck and they have long legs and small tail. So you should understand how they are different. So by dissimilarity you will learn. So you will say, though both of them are similar, camel has a huge hump on its back. The giraffe has spots on its body. Now these are dissimilarities between the two, how you can differentiate the two. So by dissimilarity, if you learn something, it is called as Vaidharmya Dwara Upamana, comparison by dissimilarity. Asadharana dharma is when by a special character you are identifying something. For example, it is only elephant that has a big trunk. So if there is a trunk, you know it is an elephant. So by a special character, which is different from all other things, unique character. Though unicorn is a mythological character, but you know unicorn has a horn on its head. So anything that has horn on its head will be unicorn. Rhinoceros has a horn on its nose. No other entity has it. So rhinoceros is identified by a special character, horn on the nose. Like this, identifying by special character is asadharana dharmadvara. These are the three types of upamana comparisons. Final point for today's presentation, importance and application of upamana pramana. As we had already told, pratyaksham hi alpam, analpam apratyaksham. Not everything can be seen. So unseen things need other pramanas than pratyaksha. Upamana is one of them. So examples for upamana from Ayurveda and Darshana: go sadrisha gavayaha. Wild cow looks similar to the domestic cow. Chandra iva mukham. The face being compared to the moon. Dandena dandakasya. Dandaka is a disease where body becomes stiff like a stick. So with the stick you compare the body. Dandena dandakasya. Titanus, the body becomes like a bow. Dhanusha dhanustambasya. Dhanustamba is tetanus. Tetanus is a disease where body becomes like dhanush, bow. So you are equating it to bow. Ishwasena arogyadasya. Ishwasa means archer who can hit his target. Similarly, a doctor can always cure a disease. So this is the comparison. Mashavat mashakaha. Masha is a housefly. You have seen big moles in the body of people, round black moles. Especially when you say pirate or you say a thief, you make a mole on the cheek, big one. Those look like houseflies. That is mashavat mashakaha. Mashaka means that mole. It looks like a housefly. Tilavat tilakalakaha. You have small moles on the body which you call as til. It looks like black sesame seed. So something that looks like black sesame seed on the body is called as tilakalaka. Then there are other upamana pramanas used when Charaka says you should protect your body well, he gives examples or comparison like, just like citizen takes care of the city, just like the charioteer takes care of the chariot, similarly you should take care of your body. Then Sattva, Atma, Sharira are called as Tridanda. Tridanda are three sticks that can support something. Similarly, Sattva, Atma and Sharira support our being, our living status. Abhyanga, when we give Abhyanga to the body, he gives example of Kumbha Charma. See, Kumbha is pot. Pot, when it is oleated with oils, it becomes lubricant and lustrous and strong. Similarly, leather, when you apply oil and pound it, the leather becomes very strong and toned. Similarly, when you do Tatra Gachanti Meghavat, you know only Vayu among the doshas is capable of movement. Pitta and Kapha are said to be Pangu, they cannot move. So this is the comparison. Even Shukra Utpatti, when it is told in the body, Navat Kumbhat Iva Udakam, just like new earthen pot, if you put water inside, some water will come out from the surface, little by little droplets. Like that only production of Shukra has been told. Even Mutrotpatti, it is said, just like Saritam Sagaram Yata, many rivers come and join the main Samudra. Similarly, from glomerular filtration, everything gets collected in the pelvis of the kidney, right? This is similarity. And Hridaya, when it is explained in anatomy, it is told Pundarikena Sadrisham Hridayam Syad Adhomukam. The lotus bud, if it is facing downwards, how the shape is, like that Hridaya shape is. Then Shonita Lakshana. You have Tapaniyam Indra Gopabham Padmalaktaka Sannibham Gunjafala Savarnam Cha Vishuddham Vidhi Shonitam. Ideal Shukra Lakshana also is a simile. Ideal Rakta Lakshana, ideal Artava Lakshana, all these are similes. Even while formation of skin is told, Kshirasya Santanika is told. Formation of skin is told, just like the milk cream deposits on the milk, similarly the baby, when it is in formation, whatever superficial thing is there, it converts to skin, it is told. Like this, several comparative things are told and explained in Ayurveda. You will see even Kriya Kala, you have Shat Kriya Kalas, right? In physiology, you might have heard. There also it is told, just like as the plant is small, it is easy to remove. Once it grows into a big tree, it becomes very difficult to remove the tree from root. Similarly, disease in the first Kriya Kala is easier to treat. As it moves to the higher Kriya Kala, it becomes more difficult to treat, right? So this is how comparison or Upamana is used in Ayurveda and Darshanas. Questions you can expect from Upamana Pramana is, for 10 marks, define Upamana and its types with example. Explain the applicability and utility of Upamana in Ayurveda. For 5 marks, explain Upamana Pramana. For 3 marks, they may ask either define Upamana or types of Upamana. So with this, we have finished all the Pramanas that are there in your syllabus point. Any question is there, please ask.
If you have any doubts, please ask now. Like these opportunities you won't get further.
Any doubt is there, children, please ask.
Madam.
This slide I have displayed only so that you can even take the contact number. Feel free, for academic purposes, you have any doubts, you can anytime message back also. And whenever free, I'll reply back. Nevertheless, that doesn't mean you don't ask questions now. You have any clear it. And see to it, today only you read through these pramanas so that you are prepared for exam. You'll soon be having examination by February. So better start preparation. I hope this has helped. Okay. So you people can read today only. Please ask if there is any doubt.
Ma'am, can you please again explain Tulya Yonitva from Pratyaksha Pramana?
Okay. See, it is said, Indriyena Indriyartham hi. By one Indriya, its own artha, swam, its own artha is only grasped. One Indriya cannot grasp the artha of the other. This is because of Tulya Yonitva. That is because they both are from the common source. Indriya and its respective artha both have a Tulya Yoni, common source. For example, Chakshurendriya perceives Rupa. Chakshurendriya as well as Rupa have a common base, that is Tejo Mahabhuta. Chakshurendriya also is Tejo Mahabhuta Pradhana. Rupa is also the guna of Tejas. Hence, Chakshurendriya can perceive Rupa as they have a common base.
ಹಲೋ ಹಾಂ ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ ನಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ 5 ನಿಮಿಷ ನಾನು ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಓಕೆ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ
Okay.
Excuse me, madam. Sir, principal sir is calling me. Just I will just.
If there are no doubts, shall I wind up, or
Yes.
do I need to wait?
Okay, madam. Okay, madam. Any doubts? I will give the number. They can contact you. And
Displayed the number, sir. I think it is clear.
yes. And I'm very thankful to you, madam, because it is 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours. You are spending your time, and this topic also very how these students can follow that much you explain, and in very easy way you explain to them. So very happy and thankful to you for giving us time to take care of my students. Thank you.
I hope it was of some help.
Thank you. So I'm winding up. So Sir is calling me. So afterwards, any doubt, you please contact me. I will give madam's number, and please contact me. Thank you.